doing this. Good night, guys. Good night. Also, my sword is very sharp. Good night. And bring me you see the white extension? Good night. Guys, I am running a little bit behind schedule. A little bit, a minute. Usually on time and set up, but I just got home. Just reached home. Hey, Ashe. Wagwan Goody. Thank you for being here. That's away from a co-host them whenever they can pop up. I'm late. But the parents from morning and time just catch up on me just look rough tonight in our real life. So the topic tonight is going to be all right, Andre, you should be on the screen. Andre, are you hearing clearly?
Yes, I'm hearing clearly.
All right, me just wait for the people. Sure.
Yeah.
I just reach home. I'm tired. I've been on the road all day.
Yeah, I'm nervous for
Thank you,
your life
Ashley,
here.
darling. Yes, Andre.
Yeah, I'm nervous for your life. I come and talk about my feelings.
Know yourself. Show them some man can talk about their feelings. That's the thing. Not you, Ashley, man, to talk about their feelings. Woman
Why
like
should
man not
people
talk
have
about
to
their
go to the
feelings. You know, want a
feelings?
man who can't talk about their feelings.
No, sir. Remember,
So,
females like men
remember
to
me tell
listen
us
to
say a
their
good
feelings.
something. I had one more RN family supposed to come, but because she's not really feeling well, so whenever she comes, plus I wait for some people for coming through for the live, don't know say Ashley here already. But that's 5 minutes. I like use my phone to my live, But it's a go use tonight. I always have to use my phone to check on it to see if everything is showing up properly.
Okay, cool.
Yes. So Andre, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Type in the comments and tell them what tonight live discussion is about. I'm going to see if I can switch the phones. Exactly, Ashley. My woman tell him say, all right, him show some emotions. You know, where Andre just get cut off and gone, but he can come back. Him can come back. So Ashley, you know what topic we're going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about when people introduce their spouse. Let me see if I can make a comment. Yes, Andre, I don't know. I don't know what happened earlier, Andre, why you disappeared, but yeah. But you're back now.
Yes.
I want to make you cut off a while ago.
I'm not sure.
I
1 minute.
understand them late bad for the live tonight though, but I want to make a comment on this.
I'm trying to make a comment through the link that you sent me, but
It's
when I
not allowing you to make a comment.
no,
You
it's
probably
not.
have to slide your screen up. That's why I have to. Well, I have to do it on my end, but you're on my thing, so you probably see it.
When I click on chat to go on comments, it's not giving me the option to leave a
Hold
comment.
on, I'm typing this. But I feel like my sister would just something. Okay. Then I highlight it on the screen.
Well, I
All
just
right.
leave a comment,
So
but I
Rocks
can't.
Rocks come through panel live.
Yeah, so
And
I
then
just
post me send me fi call her and she not reach here yet.
really. I thought that she would have been in on this.
Huh? But then I
I
need to
thought
get my headphone because it's low key kinda low. Alright.
I was
Hold
saying that
on,
I
let me
thought that
turn
she
this
would be
on.
here already.
I have to watch it from this to make sure. Guys, make sure you give your host a thumbs up. Man, wait for the other people to come through. Like everybody mad late tonight. Them late. Oh, Andrea, what I love your too. So we can start the discussion anyway. So as you can see, the topic on the screen tonight is there a wait time? Is there a
Yes.
wait time to introduce your child to your new partner? For me, that is absolutely. Actually, you can share the stream with everyone. Nobody think you want people's input. Just hit the little share on the top up here. So, is there a wait period to introduce your child to your new partner? Rocks. Can my headphone go give me please? So I can add the ear Android
Just now you
on the
went
screen.
low.
So I want to know if there's a wait time
Yes, for me, because
for
for
you.
a lot of person, for me there is a wait time because a lot of person, depending on how they do their thing, there isn't a wait time. But for me, there is a wait time.
Agreed. Because I know some people, right? Every relationship that they're in, them put they know the man.
Yes.
Every relationship they're in, they put they know the man, and we not think them something right.
No.
Because on the
Because
and then you wonder, you wonder why um there's so many sexual um assault cases and stuff like that. As she is saying, yes, you need to
yeah.
make sure that both
Yeah.
thank you for joining, Diamond. As she is saying that you need to make sure that both of you are in a stable relationship and want the same goal before you get the kids involved. I completely agree with that, Ashley, but from experience, I know this girl. No lie, I knew this girl. She was in the country for 1 year. 1 year, and then her daughter came like 6 months 6 months after that year. I mean, I tell her say every man what me know that girl talk to, her child, her daughter, knew the man them. I mean, I feel like to them something right.
No, it's not
I mean, I
right
think to them something
because
right.
they
More
need to
like them a
form
sister so
a structure with their dating life for their child because they say that your child live what they see. So if your child seeing you parading this many men coming through your home, right? They're gonna believe that that lifestyle is normal for you to date as many men as you feel, you know, and not seeing it as a problem.
exactly. And I feel like that's why, especially girls, even though it affects boys too, but this is why little girls grow up and they're so promiscuous.
Yes, and for men, they don't have any commitment issues because of these
Absolutely, I
problems. You know?
absolutely agree with that. Diamond is saying that yes, it all depends on how serious we are. Ashley Taylor said that's not a good example for kids. Absolutely
Yeah, but
agree. And tonight, I did this topic because somebody tell me say no matter pretty go be who they be, regardless of what they see, and I completely disagree with that.
no, no,
Kids
I
live
don't
what they
agree
learn.
with that. Yes, kids live what they. I don't agree with that because um, it, it's what you teach your child, right? Give them a firm basis of what to expect, right? Because remember, you know, your child or your children look up to you. They look to you for answers. You know, they look to
Right,
you
right,
for their
right.
day to day go
I
ins and
agree with
outs.
that. Let me
Yeah.
share this because somebody just asked me. So yeah, I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with that statement. All right. So you have like, and I feel like for single fathers, because most of the time we emphasize this on single mothers. When truth be told, single daddies are out here portraying one bag of woman in front of them pitney.
Yes, that's true. You can't look at it at one aspect because all right, to tell you the truth, before you said that you wanted me to come on right with you, I do a little research. I just type in when I was typing in Google, went to how long should it take to introduce your child to your partner or your spouse, right? All the searches that comes up is all about single mom. I haven't seen one about a single father.
Yeah, and because
So
I'm
I'm
saying
saying that,
most emphasis is placed on single mothers, and I don't think that's right
and
because you have a lot of single fathers that out here,
yeah,
are going
and
with
they
them
have a
something.
part to play too, especially for their sons, not only daughters, but for
Exactly,
their sons.
because people wonder why little boys grow up and they feel like it's okay to just parade these different women all the time,
Yeah,
and that's exactly
yeah,
why.
yeah.
That is
And
exactly
then
why.
it brings off these commitment issues. So and a lot of problems come in. So when it come on to making certain commitments, they always fail to do so. You know. Well,
Right.
majority, because some might get over these issues by talking to other persons, you know, our friends, our family, therapy, and all
Okay,
that.
but would you say 6 months would be a good time? Because all right, would you say if you had to put a time limit on when you interview someone to your child, would it be 6 months to a year? What would say? Because I feel like if you're dating someone for a period of time, you at some point you know if this is something substantial and I want to pursue this thing. When
Yeah.
would be that mark when you will start considering this, like, all right, I can start thinking, say, all right, maybe say I can introduce this person at this point.
Yeah, for me, as I'm saying, for me, it would be, yeah, in that general bracket, 6 months to a year for me, because during that period of time, upon upon me and that person getting together, I would try as best as possible to get to know everything about this person because remember, it's not like that you're going to hide that you have a child from the person. You have to lead with that to see where what
Some
they're
people
all
I
about.
know, some people I tell them actually have a pitney, and then that does complicate things. All right, say, all
It
right,
doesn't make any sense to hide it.
my issue is, what if, so to speak, they're not a single father, right? What
Hmm.
if they're not a single father? Hey, RN family, let me know if if you want to stay in I comment or you want to run come in on the panel. Um, so what if it is not like a single father issue, but say the child is living with another parent? How, and the parent can also dictate, like, listen, I feel like you're dating this person, but probably them see some red flags where you wanna see, and you decide you want to introduce a child, but they oppose. do you think you would still go ahead and introduce the child or the partner into that equation if the other parent oppose?
Yes, I would, because with every relationship, let I not say relationship, because you and that person would have parted, right? But I would still introduce my child to that person, even though my ex would have a problem. Because remember, I have my life to live, right? And if I see myself with this person, right, it's only fair that I introduce my child to them, even though my ex have a problem with it.
Okay, but
She would have to compromise on that.
so what if the views were, what if the tables were flipped? What if the tables were flipped? All right, Aaron, the link that I sent you in your Instagram, click that. It's a link directly to add you into the stream. Go ahead, Andre.
Yes, if the script was flipped, I would still be of the same view, but strict monitoring, because a lot of things go through a father's mind when the child.
Okay, and you see that's a double standard because as in reverse, it's the same thing. The mother think to like you have some wicked stepmother out there, just like you have some wicked stepfather.
I know, but with me still, I would do a huge amount of investigation, right? And given the job that I'm in, give me the capabilities to
You know,
do
some
certain.
way investigate one man for you can stick up in right there. Some way investigate one man for me, you can investigate him.
Yeah, man, no problem. That's another name I'm start doing my thing.
All right, so Ashley Taylor is saying that I don't think you should have a time. It should be whenever both people come to an agreement that both of them are ready to be in a serious relationship and are ready to pick up as a parent figure. I agree to that to some extent. You want me to read the comment again for you, Andre? Just in case
Yeah.
you're not scroll for it. So as she's saying, she does not think that there should be a time. I'm just summarizing what she's saying. She's just saying she does not think there should be a time frame. It's just when the two party decide that they are ready for that and that person is willing to step up to be that parent figure.
Okay.
Hey, and okay, go ahead. You can elaborate first.
So is it that one is a parent and the other is not with our
All right.
question?
Let's play with two scenarios. Let's play with two scenarios because we've been discussing it from the perspective that only one person is the parent. So
Yeah.
in this case, we can talk about it from we can talk about it from that perspective. Okay, we can talk about it from that perspective.
I will talk about it from the perspective where one is not a parent. But
Okay.
there still has to be some amount of time wherein which you would get to know the person, because even if you're dating, right, there have to be
Mm-hmm.
some period of time over which you establish certain things that you know going forward would bring out within the relationship, wherein which that will all come into play with introducing your child to 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 your spouse or to your partner. It still has to be some time in there, because you just meeting somebody. You have to build up some level of trust to bring in your child, right? Given the person that you are,
Right.
because you're not looking to play around. You're looking to be in a serious relationship. You know? Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, thank you, Zara, for joining us. Okay, so my perspective is that if number one, if you know that I have a child, I feel like you're coming into this already prepared to be that parent figure
Yes.
from the get go. So that's why I said I do agree to some extent with the Ashley's comment. But I feel like
If they say that they have a child at the
if
first.
yeah, if you tell me that you have a child from the get go, I know that okay, I have to be prepared that listen, if me and this man work out, I have to be
Mm-hmm.
an example to his child. So
Yeah.
if me not in the picnic thing, me just now go bother. So I
True.
feel like that is the aspect I didn't agree with when he said to pick up that parent figure, because you have some people that are in relationship and they still never step up even years later as that parent figure.
That's so true.
But from the perspective of even say both of them have parent kids, I feel like that's something that you don't. I feel like you don't have to introduce the kid as this is a new partner. I feel like this is based on the kids at this point. If you have a child and I have a child, I feel like we have to first see how the kids interact. Because remember, we're gonna be bringing kids together. That's different. When we can talk about our emotions, kids are not able to do that. So I feel like in that, all right, Aaron, me go try send it to you again. I feel like in that aspect, right? I feel like in that aspect, we would have to do like a play date. Say, oh, have a little play date. You want to go on a play date? You know, to try to bring
To
the
see
kid
how they
in. Yes,
interact.
to see how the kids. Give me one moment to see how the kids actually interact.
Mhm.
Let me send this again. So, all right, Aaron, me just send it to see if it'll work. Me Jesus, so Lionel, me style you real quick. So if Andre never depend you, you don't know you want to come in for my life tonight. Anyway, Aaron, I just sent it to you. So
Where's
yes,
Lionel?
so yes, yes. So Lionel is saying I'm gonna start putting the comments on the screen, the ones that we're gonna like give an elaboration on. I'm gonna put it on the screen so you can actually see it. So that is what Lionel is saying. Lionel is saying. So my question: what if the child or children don't like that person, but the parents like that person? I'm not sure. Why. Let's see. I don't know if I quite understand. So, what if the child or children don't like that person? Oh, he's saying, what if the pitney them not like each other, but the parents like each other? I'm not saying that is going to be the end. All
That's not going to be the end of the relationship. It can be worked
right,
on. It can be worked
all right, all right. So what may I say? All right, Aaron, it's all right. I don't know why it now works for you. All right, it's good though. Thank you. See if you can put the comments. See if you can put it in the comments. I don't know why it now works. There was supposed to be, all right, so RN family was also supposed to be a part of the live broadcast. I don't know why the link is no longer working for her. Because it worked for you, Andre. I don't know why it not work for her. But she already had a child that she brought into it became a blended family. So that's why I wanted to have her on the panel. I don't know why it is not working for her.
on.
But back to what Lionel was saying. Lionel was saying that wife and Pitney like each other, but the parents like each other. I'm not going to say that's going to be the end of the relationship, but we'd have to work on that. You
Yes,
understand
that's
what I
what
mean?
it is.
Because kids are kids. Kids are territorial. But we'll
Mhm.
still need to see how the kids interact with each other before we can say, all right, boom, let's bring them together. I always feel like as a parent, the kids, in some aspect, the kids come first. Your life is revolve around your kid. Any decision you make is based on your child first.
Yes, and
I
it's
mean, I
and
know
it
I am not a parent, and I can say that.
it also impacts them greatly with all the decisions that you make.
Right. So what do you say? Because line listen, why if you and a woman like each other, what you pick them like one another?
No, I was saying the same thing as you before you were answering it. I was saying that it can work out. It can't be the end of it just like that because you can't use one play date to determine everything, over a period of time
Oh,
and kids and so
Ashley
forth.
give me 1 minute. I'm gonna address Ashley's comment, but since we're talking about Lionel, so Lionel is saying no, 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 not the kids don't like each other, but the kid don't like the person that you're dating.
Oh,
All right, for me personally, I would have to take in account the age of the child
yes,
because you see, Pitney can pick up things what adults don't pick up.
very fast.
So I would definitely take into consideration the age of my child. You see, if it's a teenager, me still going to pursue my relationship because as a teenager now, they just rebel, some of them. Unless you can give me a just cause as to why you don't like him. But if my child is a toddler or somebody that's just moving into like adolescence and they tell me, I'm gonna question it. You understand? I'm gonna pull back until listen, let's see something deeper because why is that my child is this age? And it's already an issue because really kids don't really know anything about not really liking someone and them something they at that point. You understand? So for me, depending on the age of the child, I will go into further investigation as to why don't you like this person or whatever. Okay, say some family corrupt pitting a man against somebody a date just because they think that person is not good enough. So there's a lot of aspects that go into it with a smaller child as opposed to
Teenager.
a teenager. A teenager is more aware, you know what I mean? They don't really
Mm-hmm.
have to interact with the person if they don't want to because they're at that age. You have to respect that person, but you really not have to give no interactions with that person. But common courtesy is required.
Yes. And I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Because when you can the reasoning ability between you and your teenager would be, up there. So they can understand what is taking place. And if they don't like the person, you would have dialogue with with your child to find out why, because there must be a reason. There must be a sound reason why they just don't like. Because as I said, that they like to rebel
Right.
as
Okay, so
opposed to the adult, the child.
right. And okay, so as she is saying, I pasted I can you see the comments when I paste them to the screen? Can you see
Yes,
from your
I
end?
can. Yes, I can.
Okay, so as she is saying that she's talking from her own experience that they made it official. They made it official before she met the kids. Now, Ashley, my question to you, right? After you made it official and you met the kids, how was it establishing that relationship with the kids?
Yeah.
Because now you don't make it official, no, no, don't say, listen, we are
Mm-hmm.
one couple. So anything when they come after, we're gonna deal with it together. Is not this is not no dating phase and feeling no. You don't make it official. So how was that transition now going into all right, we've made it official.
Yes.
So I'm meeting the kids. And another question. How long was that process of you guys making it official? Then him say, all right, let's introduce my kids. Me don't know what they go on Aaron family. Me don't know what they go on. But you know what? I sent the link to you on Instagram. I sent the link directly to Andre's WhatsApp. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. Me I wonder if that have something to do with it. So
This
Andre,
reminds me, and this reminds me of a previous question. I don't remember who was the one who posted it that stated that the when oh God, again, don't want to tell a lie. She was saying that when they both decide and
yeah.
when to become oh you go
That is the
uh
same person when they decide to come official. She's the same person that posted this.
oh, she's the same person.
Yes,
Okay.
she's the same person.
Okay, because based on this, this is telling me that they had time to work on it, to build up towards that. So there is a length of time to come to that decision when we should introduce, where the man would introduce her to his kids.
Right, right, right. All
Make them
right.
know the
So,
relationship official.
right. So that's how I want her to respond. I want to know like how long because I feel like you're not just with someone and decide that all right. Cause some people their relationship move real fast. Some
Yes.
people can they talk to somebody for 2 weeks and then just knowing that them got to listen. I eat this. I will want to make it official. Do you bring the kids in at 2 months because you two decide that official because I don't feel it. So that's why I'm
Yes.
asking her like how long was that process of you guys leading up to like all right we gonna make it official and let's get the kids involved. Okay. Yo, me say StreamYard they give Aaron a fight. Sure. Thank you for joining us, Tanya. Make sure you come in, you give a thumbs up to your host. And my co-host, Andre, yeah. Yes, kids do pick up on negative energy. And this is why I say that it depends on the age of my child then I would question like the motives and I would do investigation that would lead me to go deeper into this man. Like things that would probably take me like 2 years or stuff to really know him. No, me go one know him because now my
Yeah.
opinion them involved and it's about the
Yeah.
safety of my child.
Yes.
Cause I have a links like Andre. Andre cannot say book bap bap and put in name and something and just information just pop up long time. You see me?
Okay.
Okay, so this is what Ashi is saying. I'll put her comment because I actually like. So Ashi is saying at his daughter wasn't happy about them being together. So her dad and her had a conversation with her and her mom when I met her, and she saw her mom interact with me, and the whole attitude change.
Okay. I
All
guess that
right,
was the
so
intervention that
no
was needed.
lie, me not tell no lie. Me respect that because enough woman no want meet the stepmother.
I know,
So
but in this case,
me
I think
respect
I
that.
believe that the child didn't want the father to be with
To
any
be with
other
anyone
woman.
else, yes, that's the
But
impression that I'm getting also. So I
yeah,
don't feel like she just didn't like Ashi, so
yeah,
to speak. She didn't like because no lie. If we're to be honest, every child want their parents to be together.
true.
Every child wants their kids to be together. But I do commend even the mother because some woman they don't want me to
They
next
want
man
nothing to
woman. So
do
I
with. Yes.
I I respect Ashi and that child's mother because that takes two adults, two grown up women for know say the man done left already and it's not about the man, but it's about what in the best interest of the child. So I
And
respect that.
as before, as one of what cooking with Tanya
Cooking
said,
with
kids
Tanya.
can sense negative energy,
Yeah,
and I believe that that was not in this case, but when the what I call it now, the exes don't want to meet up with the current spouse and to have a good relationship, it's toxic for the child. The child will become
absolutely agree because I feel like if you and I are let me tell you, I always say I don't want a man with Pitney, Andre. Because two things I can I can't tolerate disrespect, neither from another adult nor from a child. And if you're pitting have no manners, me don't want to deal with you, period, because you're pitting have no manners. You
really.
understand? Yeah. If you're pitting have no manners, me don't want to deal with you just because you're pitting don't have no manners. I have a very, very low tolerance for disrespect. Me can't deal with disrespect. And the thing is, you can't really reprimand someone else's child like that. You understand? You have to see
True.
how they feel about that. So I can't deal with a man. I can't deal with a man and him pitney disrespectful. And sometimes even when a man talk to the pitney
The
just still feel
still
like
feel
say, you
disrespectful.
understand? So I always say I don't want no man with pitney. I mean I tell him like the I ended up dating a guy that had a son. Me never meet him pitney and we were talking for like about 8 months. Show me picture and child. We talk about his child, but we've never met. I've never met his child. But just never
Really?
feel like we did it so because I didn't feel like we were anything more like it for the time I meet him
And
to all 8 months, it was a constant conflict about something.
okay.
So
And he never brought up the subject of you meeting. He only
no,
showed the picture.
but we always have conversation. He always showing picture. He would tell me like, oh, JR is doing this or JR have that or me I go yeah so with JR or whatever. You
I
understand?
understand that. I understand that, but I was just asking if he, during all your conversation, if he ever brought up the subject
No,
of you.
no, he never brought it up. And for me, I never felt no type of way about the situation, only because I felt like the constant conflict with us. I was like, I never feel like this when go nowhere. So what was the point of bringing your child into it?
Okay,
I
okay.
had that perspective, so maybe he had that perspective as well. And
But possibly.
the other guy that the other guy I dated with a child, I say, I always, I don't want a man with no opinion. I always, any man me interested in, I always have opinion.
Happy.
So I met this guy and no
You never
lie,
change the stance.
his his daughter is absolutely sweet. I've had conversations with her daughter, with his daughter on the phone, but his daughter is in Jamaica. You
Okay.
understand? And
Yeah.
we even though we've never met, we kind of formed a bond on the phone. and then the relationship never work out. Even though we're not together, we talk here and there, and I still like ask him about his daughter. Like she, Pitney say she probably me out of sight, out of mind. She not hearing father talk about me or me on phone, so
Yeah.
that go with Pitney. Okay,
Mm.
so remember earlier we already said Lionel Galang, you trouble. Lionel when I say RN family must they run out of Digicel credit. Send Congi some credit for my life. All right. So as she said something and that we touched on earlier, as she's saying everything in their relationship was fast forward. She said she think they were together 2 to 3 months before they made it official, and then the kids came into play. So again, that's why I was saying that how when I said that there was a if there was a time frame, what you would say and what you would use, and I said um 6 months to a year. But
Mm-hmm.
that's I said 6 months to a year before I would think about introducing my child, just because that would give me time to really see where this relationship is going. We would have established certain things, talk about certain things or future things that what I mean. But that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. But then again, Ashi and Fiabu was like, yeah, I eat this.
The
That's
fast
and it
move.
goes back. It goes back to what we're saying. So do you think like after for Ashi situation it worked out
Yeah.
because they had a good baby mother and all that. But for some people, 3 months would be really a short period because, like
Yeah.
in my
Like,
previous life, I discussed that 3 months you're still going through a butterfly phase.
mm-hmm.
I like because something where you find sweet and something.
Have a
Month five,
pause.
you know, cute
Yeah,
no
have a
more.
pause. Yeah, me give it around that time. There's 3 months we all pass, and if you get serious to make it,
Yeah.
for you to know what's the next sauce, what's next.
No, hold on. Aaron, you know the reason why I'm not think me could have send the link in the chat? Because me don't want everybody go click on the link and then go come co-host. I think that's how it works. And that's why I'm not really like use my phone to do the live, But let me try and paste it in the link for you. Because this here, anybody click on the link, it will do that. Alright, me send the link. Me send the link, Aaron. See. Okay, I paste Aaron's family. I paste Aaron's family
Okay.
because I want to talk about this comment. So she's saying that she officially introduced her son to her husband after the engagement. And this was done over the phone because we were overseas. And when we came to JA, we did the official introduction. So again, Aaron, how old was your son? How old was your son in at that point? How old was your son? Because I feel like with teenagers, it's easier to go that route as opposed to a smaller child. You understand?
Right.
Yeah. But me feel like to me that engage and then introduced him to it. It depends on the age I put me. I feel like all of that is depending on the age of the child, honestly.
The link still not working with her.
Me no know what they go and I share the link in the chat. So go ahead, Andre, you can elaborate on what you just said.
I officially introduced my son to my husband after engagement, and this was done over the
Give me
phone.
one moment. I'm gonna go plug my phone in.
And when we came to JB, we did the introduction.
So Andre, how you feel about that? Like I feel like that's okay depending on probably the age of the child. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
what I
depending on the
was
age of the
going
child,
to.
I would have done that.
Yeah, because I'm looking at if my child was a teenager, I would have taken that route as well. But if she wasn't, now I would do it. It seems like
Okay. Well, yeah. All right. Well, I'm accept Aaron.
she's coming on now.
Finally. Yes. Me don't know why it did I do that to her.
Hey,
Welcome,
I
Aaron.
did so why.
thank you.
I
RN
don't know
family.
why even I do that. So you know the good RN family. So yes. So RN. So Andre already has a child. So we don't know what they go on with feel because situation. We don't know if he meet up with that, but this he's been asking me to do this topic, and Aaron already has gone through the process. So Aaron, since you're here now, right? You said that you introduced them over the phone. How was your child when you introduced him over the phone?
Or
How
old,
old was he? Yeah.
And what was the
13.
reaction when you break the news to him?
I don't know if it's because with a foreign boy love foreign things, so I'm excited.
Yes. No, that is no, that is so funny. That is so funny because I'm
Don't
saying
mind
that
me.
it really depends on the age of the child where that
The
works
age.
out. So
He was
right.
30. He was 13 at the time.
Never.
Okay, so yeah, that he's capable of having a conversation and doing all of that. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense
Yeah.
because I feel like in that case, for a smaller child, it will probably be a little bit more uncomfortable, so to speak, because
You know
you
what you
want to
got.
see how the child actually interacts with that person. You understand? All
Mhm.
right. So let's say 6 months to a year is a long time still. Tanya, talk up. What you mean 6 months to a year is a long time? Because I feel
It
like
all
that's
depends.
all
It
right.
all
So
depends.
I was saying that 6 months to a year for me would be a good time, right? Because let me say, if it's 3 months, the little butterfly face kind of wear off. The little thing them where you used to find cute and the little red flags them, you kind of miss it because you're in this phase where you're trying to get to know
Uh,
someone and all of that. I feel like to
One.
bring a child into that when you're so uncertain of your feelings, it's kind of iffy. Like me say, work out for Ashika. See that? Ashi said they're together 5 years strong. Cause Ashi a
Yeah,
good girl.
and two also we have to remember that
Realize
we
early
have to
is
make
a
it
good
wait
time.
past the honeymoon phase. We
And
have to
that's what
wait
I'm
until the
saying.
honeymoon phase
And that's
because
what I think.
All
we
That's
right,
are
what
my
not
I
doing
think.
question
kicking
to you,
after the honeymoon
one
stage.
opinion, Tanya, still. My
Yeah,
question
where's
to you,
Andre?
Tanya, still is that seeing that 6 months to a year is a long time. How long would it be for her or for her to
Yeah.
introduce her? So
How long you
long.
think? Because honestly, in a real life, me feel like say, as adults, 3 months we don't really know the man. We still a go on date and we still kiki ka. You see when they touch
Yeah.
month five and they stop being consistent and stop saying then good morning text most of the time that is when the relationship fall apart, when the consistency stop.
Stop,
So
yeah.
then, so what if me did introduce my pitney to you know? Now I have to tell my child that you know that Uncle Andre won't be coming around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Then one next 3 months now because me feel say it.
Yeah, next
Here
person.
comes Uncle Dre again. And I feel
Yeah.
like that's how people end up with rotation, having these men or different women around your kids. Because you will meet somebody and everything is going good in the first 3 months that you feel say yes, a jackpot. And then it not work.
Yeah,
So
because it's
Tanya,
telling me that you don't know what you're looking for and, you know, or your goals in a relationship. Because if you're not setting the standard in getting to know as much as possible between you and your partner for you to introduce your child. Because remember, you know, it's not a plaything that you're
True.
going into the thing for. It's real
right,
commitment.
once you get children involved, I think
Because
the
you're
ball
looking
game
for a
changes
structure
when
for your
kids get
child.
involved.
Yeah, you're looking
And
for a structure for your child.
Go ahead,
we're
Aaron
not
family.
saying that maybe when we think the relationship is cemented, things can't go wrong,
We're
there
not
and
saying
then it's
Right.
no fault of ours. No
yeah.
fault. Yeah, because, and we have to be careful sometimes because we don't want to keep introducing one, from our ladies' perspective, one guy after another to our children. We don't want
That's
to do that. But if when you think the relationship is cemented and things go wrong, it is no fault of ours. Just It's
It
just
is
part
not
of life, and
because
then we have to just explain to them the situation if they can understand.
yes.
So good girl Ashia say, well, them work out 5 years strong and they have a 8 month old son. Good girl Ashi. But that's what I'm saying. But in a real life, Ashi's situation is very rare. And
Yeah, yeah,
it seemed to be a very healthy situation. Especially if the other parent, like I said, if your ex-woman is cool, then that even gives you security in a year relationship. You know, say, yo, him can introduce me and him baby mother, you know, say that the relationship, they're dead with it to them.
oh, so you know, say, and
And
every culture that can work out with. And
that's
maybe
true.
because the
Facts.
culture is different, and that's why it was more like smooth sailing. Not saying that they're not like,
So where
they're
Ashi
not
come from? Where
capable.
them come from? Cause all of
She's
my,
from
me think,
Jamaica, but her partner is not a Jamaican. So you don't
yeah,
know how that go.
it's true.
Yeah,
The situations are different. And that's one of the things. You see, one thing when you start traveling like America, you see that culturally, there's a lot of things that what we Jamaicans per se, we can't always talk about Jamaicans because of that we experience. The things that some
yeah,
Jamaicans fussy over and stuff, certain cultures is like, that's no big
It's a
deal.
norm for them. You know,
And
it's
we
yeah.
just a
and
big
we carry on with things. Good night,
mm.
Shan Kitchen. Big up yourself. Okay.
But
Cooking with Tanya.
on the other hand, on another hand still, I'm looking at where if the on my perspective, right? I believe that if the guy is going to introduce his spouse to to the child, right? I believe that he should sit and talk with the child and also the child's mother for them to have an understanding as well. I think that
True,
should be done too.
true, true.
Okay, all right. I kind of disagree a little bit with that because
Why?
I feel like you have a lot of bitter baby mother and baby father who, no matter how good, no matter how good your spouse seem, them just no want no woman or no man
Not
want them
that,
picking.
not that only us. Some are not willing to get to know the other person before casting judgment.
Yeah. So in other
The
aspect there,
reason why
Andre,
I say that, reason why I say that, is to let them know beforehand what is going to take place. So even if they're bitter or not, right? It's just going to be
all
out.
right. For me, based on, well, I've seen it happen for somebody else, but not for me, but I've seen it happen with my friend. What happened with my friend was that they never had an initial conversation with the mother of the child, but he let the mother know that, listen, there's now someone in my life, and at some point I will be introducing the child. He not say I told it tomorrow, when he just let him know that, listen, I meet somebody now and I feel like say this is official, and at some point I'm going to introduce the child to her. No, when the man introduced the pitney, couple maybe like a month or so later, the woman had a big issue with it, which I felt like you had no business. It's not like he secretly took your child and got introduced into a woman you didn't know he wasn't dating. You knew he was dating. He made you know that, listen,
Yeah.
I'm dating somebody and I think it's serious. So at some point I will be introducing the child to this woman.
Yeah.
But a Jamaican culture. I saw side baby mother them and baby father them stay.
They see what they
Okay,
did.
cooking with Tanya is
Oh,
saying that as a single mother, it is very hard for her to even date, much less to introduce him, because she has a son to someone she's talking to. My friend is me don't know what that emoji them mean. It's the worst thing for your child to see you
Santa
date
Claus.
different men. Mrs. Santa Claus, me wonder what I mean. Like, all right. So Tanya, and that's what I respect. You see a woman who really sit down, because you have some woman just because I want son they have, they feel like it's still okay for just bring different man around just because they have a son. But I feel like it goes both way for both the woman, for both the
and
daughters and the son. Because these are how some son grow up and a respect no woman.
mhm.
Them just
As well
run
as
through woman because that's what they saw.
Yeah.
commitment issue.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They grew up with commitment issues. So Tanya, I can respect what you're saying that as a single mother is hard. Um, Me not yet true man a single man appearance RN family. As
Yeah.
how was it for you dating as a single person? I remember like back a few lives ago that you were saying that you dated someone and your son was like in spirit just never take a person. So like
It never.
from a single mother at one point to a single mother now, what would you say to Tanya? Share reread the comments. Share reread the comments. Because I cannot from my perspective, me can tell her, like she has said, she has a son, you have a son. I feel like it's very similar, like how you go about dating someone. Oh, it's so hard to really, especially in America to just come bring somebody around your pitney with them money in America, they like boys and girls.
They're like boys and girls. Well, as
Yeah,
mentioned that
my
earlier,
words have been
in
stackers too.
previous relationship when I dated this guy, and my son, I don't know for what reason he didn't like him. And bear in mind, my son doesn't live with me. So at that point in time, he came to spend holiday, and I was living with this guy. And he didn't like him for what reason I don't know. Maybe because he think, oh, you're taking my mother away or something. I don't know what was it, but he didn't like him. And as I shared the experience, one night he wrote something on a clothespin. YSSUP, him write on the clothespin and he threw it at me. My son saw it and he could read, so he saw it and it got him really, really upset at that tender age. And he was
Roger, a good boy.
young. Yeah, he was young. And he said to me, Mommy, can we go and talk? And I
No,
had
that's
to
an
come out of the
intelligent
house.
child. That's an
Yeah, I
intelligent
had to
child.
come out of the house and go walk with him. And he's tell me everything is not liking him and all of that. And as a parent, you have to make a decision because at the end of the day, whether you're in love or what, you want to make sure that your child or children are happy and comfortable. Yeah, and
Mm.
bear in mind, I'm my only child. Then my only picking it. So if him not like the man when me attack with, that now go work out. So from there, so
And
everything just go down.
I I respect that.
And
But
and and I, and
Yeah.
and from that though, from what she's saying, because if she introduced him over the phone and he was 13, then it goes back to what I was saying earlier. He was a younger child at that point. I remember when I was saying,
Younger child.
if my younger child tell me something about a man, me have to investigate this because
Yeah.
when kids in their innocence, they pick up things that adults don't pick up on. If it's a teenager, I might be like, why? Because a teenager when they start rebel, I want a new man, they must say I want a new woman. Now they're fully aware that this person is no longer their father, this person is not their mother.
Yeah.
So they must automatically feel that they don't need to have no respect. Or when you grow them good, them some people just feel like say, I'm my mother and my father should have be together. Cause I was
mm,
like that at one point. I saw a man come at me and I take me call my father and tell him. Because my father and my mother supposed to get together. I don't care her man say hi to me, my mother grow me good. And I don't care her man say hi to me. Me say even. But me I say even me
Mm-hmm.
don't want to say it, me just know say me have to say me know my mother go come thump me up when me not
I get
say it.
some
You understand?
beatings.
Yeah. So he say even and ice cream chocolate come and me want ice cream. You want ice cream no? That time I will want the ice cream, but I know my
You
plan. Me
will
don't
want
want
the
him buy
ice
me
cream.
nothing.
Oh gosh.
So I'm saying when you are a young, but that's because I was at a certain age. Me did all I understand. Say yo, at that man yeah, they do things with my mother. I mean, know so my father supposed to do with my mother. So because I was old enough to understand, but them little innocent thing, if me have like a 5 year old and them tell me say, mommy, I feel uncomfortable around this man. Me I take my 5 year old pick the word over
Yep.
everything else
Yeah. Yeah.
because you don't know
Stick a
why.
pin. Stick a pin.
Go
Stick
ahead,
a pin.
Andre.
But you know that most mothers are most, yeah, let me say, not mothers, most parents, they don't take the word of the child, right? They disregard
Something.
all
Yeah.
what the
Oh
child has
well.
to say, no matter what the child said. So even if the child is uncomfortable with the person that they're dating, they're not listening to that. Even if for some reason the child come to complain to say that this guy hit me or like oh my look at him and so forth, they are not taking the child, where they're not listening to the child, because they in their head they're saying that the child, I make up stuff because
Yeah, young and them not
I don't want them
understand
to
and
do
them
this.
something
Mhm.
I don't want them to
I'm
true.
do this.
sorry,
All
I
right.
am not one of those parents, and I will
So
never be
that's
one of
why
those
it's good.
parents.
That's why it's good for you to interact with your child, get to know your child, right? Speak
True.
with your
True.
child to understand what, know the levels with your child, so that when your child comes to you and say something to you, listen, right? Even if it not go so or it goes so, you listen to what they have to say, and you
The
make a
child's their
determination
first
on that.
priority.
Yes.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree with that. Because even Andre in your field, for people that don't know, Andre is a police officer, right? And I could imagine some of the cases that him probably get where there was this video that just went viral on Facebook. I don't know if many of you see where this little girl, I think she's 9 years old. She's either 9 or 6, but she's somewhere around there. And in the video, it's showing where her father went to drop her off back to her mother, and this little girl is crying, hysterically crying in temper, everything. She don't want to go. She's begging them to let her stay. No, they had to call the CPS worker because the pit didn't want to go.
Yeah.
CPS worker come and go say, why don't you want to go? And the kid clearly in the video said that because Mr. Jake is touching me.
Yeah.
And it put the mama in that video times like, why are you lying? If
Exactly.
and let me tell you something, if the
Exactly.
child is crying like that, and there's certain words that because I did a pre-course in psychology. There are certain words that kids use when even if they're not fully get it, something
Yes.
is happening. The CPS worker's like, where did he touch you? The little pitney say, on my VV. No, certain words that kids know you can't know they're lying or they're coached. A little
Yeah.
pitney say he touched me on my VV, and it pitney
But
they
it's
describe things not
fully
like,
there.
oh, I woke up in the middle of the night, he was there and there was blood in my panty. Like it way a pitney attack. She didn't sound like a child that was if that pitney they really a cry like that in a temper and they fight, they kick even the CPS worker. Because the CPS worker is trying to take her away. I know she's still in that household with that man what she say abuse her. No, God forbid if something should happen to that child. What then go say?
Jail for me.
And Andre said jail fee. No, what I'm saying, you can imagine as a parent, if you see a child like that, that means that you're basically teaching this child at 9 years old that you're putting this man above your
Over
child.
her. Yeah.
Listen, go and go live with your father until me figure out what they go on with Mr. Jake, if that's the case. But me not even go do that. You have to come out of my house and me go move out if me live
Exactly.
with you because
Exactly.
something more is going on for
Especially in
my
a case
child.
like that.
When me tell you say it pick me
Especially
they
in a case
cry.
like that.
When me tell you say it pick me a cry and the mama and the granny. Even granny come now, no one of them will and they pull her out her father car. And the CPS worker is threatening the father that if you don't allow her to go, pick me hold on pan her father and say, if you don't allow her to go, we're gonna have
That's
you
what
arrested.
that's what I don't understand. If that's the case, the official there should have never let the child go back. That person should have
It
opened their investigation at that point in
exactly.
time to find
And there
out
and then
what
the
mistake in
policy.
place.
The policy, as in most countries, the policy is if you can't figure out what parent, you take the child into the system until the
Yeah,
investigation is completed. Because
yeah.
if it's a custody order and the child has to go back at a certain time, we know that legally the CPS worker has no jurisdiction to say go with the father. So you
No,
take the child into the
because
sti- the state custody, and then get a judge to say, you know what, they can stay with their father until the investigation is
Until then,
completed.
yeah.
based on their observation, right, and their interview with the child, they feel that it is best that the child stay with the father until further notice. That's
Yo,
it.
none of that no me don't know if nothing, none of that no. I mean I say, yo, this is so perfect. Like why a pitney a cry like that and I say, Mr. Jake touch me on my VV and the pitney is being she's telling you she saw he came in my room and there was blood in my underwear. She said there was blood in my panties. It pitney I see blood because at 9 or 8 you're not seeing a period yet. So where you
Yeah.
have little spots of blood from in your underwear. All right, so
And that's a
Ashley,
different topic, you know. That's a different topic, host.
And that me I talk
That's
about
a
too.
different topic. Oh my
Different.
God, there's
Me I
so
tell you.
much. Yeah.
When my band, me make a quote, say any guy, anybody, me ready to spend my time at jail.
All right. So as she's saying, it shouldn't matter how bitter you are, you should put the kids first and try to co-parent. Absolutely agree. I
So,
always feel like it should be about the best interest of the child. But
yes.
yeah, Tanya, go make we crack up now. Remember, we say we didn't know what is Santa Claus? We not read it.
Honestly, I figured that she was talking something like that.
My,
I
my,
figured
And
something.
leave prizes all about,
my,
eh? Leave
my,
prizes
well,
all about.
my well slow, cause me need a thick bun, nothing like that. Me well slow, me need a thick bun,
which,
that at all.
which is to be on the safe side, Tanya. You're doing the right thing.
Yo, Tanya
Not to
says
go.
Santa mean he come when he's sleeping and leave before he's
Mm,
awake.
Which is
Well,
right.
not
Which is right.
me
not to go
completely
off track.
agree.
Not to go off track still, but I had one of the many experience whilst on the job,
What?
where I think that was when I was just starting out as a police officer, right? New on the job and thing, and I get to meet this mother, right? She always like have a lot of men in and out the house and so. And with every one of the men that she brings to the house, right? The daughter take away from the mother.
Good night,
And I was
Christina.
like,
Good night, Elaine. Thank you guys for coming.
what kind of life that to live? You need to set a certain structure. You need to talk with the child. You need to let the child understand that the men that she's dating is not age appropriate for you, and that the men that she's bringing into her household is looking her daughter, right? Isn't that a cause for concern? And she still keeps on doing it, keeps on doing it, keeps on doing it. And every minute, friction between the mother and the daughter, fights and all of them something. And I'm
Because a
like,
man.
yes, because of the man. And she's not listening to the daughter, but she's listening to the man, right? When the man tell her one thing, right? Tell her one thing and she cool, the man gone to the daughter, can sex the daughter and all of them something.
So wait, how old was the daughter?
Uh let me see now. Around 17.
You see, some woman, I feel like no lie, I feel like some woman is so lonely to the point where they feel like say, yo, the man yeah, they give me what I want right now.
Yeah.
They don't. I was talking about this the other day, right? You see, as
That
women, we
would be
feel like
fair.
I was talking about actually Sunday minute talk about this. Well, yesterday with two of my church sister, where I say, you see, as women, we feel like when you reach a certain age, a man is still able to produce sperm, right? But a woman, her eggs start to deteriorate. So at
Yeah.
a certain age, me feel like as a woman, we get so caught up in this biological clock running away that we just start settling. We're so blind to everything that is. We have tunnel vision upon this man that we not
Mhm.
see what's really happening in your
Because
house
of the
under your nose.
because because of the companionship that they're seeking, they let everything
Right.
else run wild. And it makes no
Yup.
sense. Because
Trust me.
in this instance, the man, um, the man was the breadwinner of the house. She wasn't working, so if he leaves, there is nothing to support her nor the children. So even if the child is coming to her to say that, say, yeah, your man a look me, she's not going to listen because this man is the person bringing in everything, money, food, and whatever. And worse, they are of a poor family, right? So nothing that the daughter says, she listens. And
Yo, it's
I
sticky.
believe that
It's
That's
sticky.
sad. That is so
I believe
sad.
that no matter what level you are in the economy, that's no way to raise your child. No way.
Let me tell you something what happened to me, right? And no, I can speak about this without anger. I remember when I was just in high school. Well, this man I looked me from me in a sixth grade before me take GSAT. And this man used to look me and to the point where I was so scared of this man at 9-year-old. I was scared of this man. This man was I'm a sister man. And I remember, yo, I remember one time in come home because he used to run taxi. The man come home and they must say, oh, me fi go with him. Fi drop me off and go school at Duncanton at the town. And any person, when you're gonna go in a car, these are some of the parents, especially Jamaican parents, they don't look at red flags. If there's a car and somebody who's in the family and you tell your daughter to go with them and them go in a back seat and not the front, doesn't that say something to you? Every picnic go in the front of the car, you're capable of driving the front of the car. You're not going to go into the back of the car. But go in the back of the car, I'm sit down behind his seat because I don't want him stretching and so you can't touch me. I tell you, so we drive off and let the man wait. The man start pushing and behind see him seat for you try to touch me. So I could not talk to my mother. I held on to that for a very long time. I remember I pray, I say, God, take this man out of my life. And it so happened that he met in an accident and he died. But I didn't keep that. I never tell my mother right away, but I didn't keep it a secret. You know how pitney love talk with amongst each other. So I tell you pitney them in a year. I tell you if he feel pitney them. And you know, so when he died, me say, it's like, me just know say go come out now. And my mother came to me and the anger and the rage of my mother come with and said to me, say, him did a look here and try and beg your wife. The way my mother came to me with tears in my eyes, I said no, even though I knew I wasn't lying. Because when I pick them whom I already tell, go tell my mother after he died. You know, grief just make it us let go everything. Yeah. And imagine, see her father just dead. So she go tell my mother who was her grandmother. And the way my mother come to me and I said no, she give me one box across my face. And it's when I became an adult, me addressed it with her. Me say me used to beg my wife. He tried to touch me more than one time. He tried to touch me several times where me cannot count. Me remember me fall asleep up on my sister. I wake up with this man and in my clothes as a 9-year-old.
And how old was this man?
This man a big old man for me. I'm a sister. My sister is my mother's second child. And I went for her man. My last one for my mother. So you know, say a big man, me I talk about. Big man will have pitney. While me and my niece are same age. My niece was 6 months older than me. When I grow up now, since me big, I'm get into YouTube. I tell my mother, I say, these are testimonies. I know I go have to bring out somebody else. So you go have to be comfortable me talk with them. I say, I sit her down and I talk about it. I say, I know him alone and my family touch me. And brother touch me. Cousin touch me. I say my first sexual encounter was with a cousin. My first oral sex experience that I can remember was with a family member. I'm sit down and I tell her all these things. I say to her, I say, but these are the things that when I have a child, I will never let my child feel that they cannot talk to me. Because if I felt like I had a safe place, I wouldn't have experienced so much trauma with 3 different men in my family. And a stranger, I know, are people I grew up with. You understand? And this is why it is so important. That's why we be careful who we introduce to your pitney and make sure you have a good relationship to the point where your child can talk to you. My pitney is supposed to be open. Yeah. Even if my child is lying, I want to still know that, listen, if I know say I lied, but they were open enough to come and say it to me. I'm going to say that all the time. I say that all the time.
Run to you have to battle all these things up.
And I feel like, and this is why I'm gonna judge people, and I don't judge people, especially young people. You know, you have some young girls who become so promiscuous, and you have some young girl who starts sleep with woman. I don't judge them because I remember there was this little girl in my community when our grandfather would have sex this little girl sort of thing. And the community had it as a joke that, oh, my spenty, they sleep with the whole line, grand pit them and pit them. It was a big joke in the community where people think it's funny. And growing up, people used to talk about it all the time. And you know, so that little girl, one of those little girls grew up and she gay. She don't want a man touch her. Our grandfather sleep with her and our uncle sleep with her. And I know say it was true in that family because I remember one time I saw one of the guys that was in that family. And my same cousin who then was they touch me. And me not tell nothing. Me just look into it. Now when you get older, you know, you look into some things. And he said to me, say, I went to the shop, you know, I tell me I look up, you know what, I always have body. Because I come from big breast, I always have breast and something. And the boy see me, as a 9-year-old, see me at the store, 19, and say, in call my cousin name, like him, and I say, oh, Andre, just make it up a yard and just let you go, so. And my cousin, they refer
Really?
to, my cousin, I refer to. They say, oh, you like, he really call my cousin. I say, he just make it us up this and I do nothing with you. And it's the same family, Michael, say, was a whole stigma in the community that they used to mess with each other. And people is just okay with that. It's such a stigma in Jamaica and in the black community. It is such a
Uh,
stigma.
yeah, me a pretend now you need to call me daughter.
Oh God. Oh my
Yo,
God.
when me
Yeah,
tell some, when people see me, and it got to a point where I was dating somebody. I'm not telling no lie. Like I had so much trauma, and I'm perfectly fine with talking about these things. Though I got pregnant, I'm a dash away when I was 19 years old because of all the trauma. I said, me go care one picnic coming. I said, well, number one, me can't trust the man because I was with this man. I'm not trust him. Not because me think he may do something to him, but because the trauma that I had. Me I said,
You were
no, no,
scared.
no. Me I said, no, me not bring no picnic here, so. And I told him to the point one time, I said, if me have picnic, me not left you around me picnic. And looking back at it, me I say, yo, I said that's something harsh to say to a man when you and him have a picnic. I tell her, say, if you and him have a picnic, you're not in the left your picnic, you're not left you own a picnic with him.
yeah, because of
That's the
because of
trauma.
what you went through. Yeah, because of what you went through, and first of all, you didn't have any safe haven. You didn't have nobody to talk to about it, right? And who you think that
Exactly.
you have to talk about it, greeted you with hunger, aggression, so you suppress it. And
That's
so
how I tell
when you
people
know
like,
that
no, me no
any other
play certain
person would
game.
lash out at,
Yup.
you would lash out at them. And
Exactly. Christina, I don't know why the comment now show up on my screen. Christina is saying that's crazy how Jamaican people think that is funny, but it's pure ignorance.
yeah,
Excuse me, and it's true. Jamaican people do that I think there was a survey and it was shown that Jamaica is one of the places where a lot of molestation happen, but no
yes,
everybody just brush it under the rug. Nobody
brush it
wants to
under
Yeah.
the rug.
acknowledge these
Everybody,
things.
everybody just sweep it under the
But
carpet.
right, they don't want to bring shame on the family and stuff like that. But at some point, let me tell you something to how scarred I was. Say me got Jamaica. I miss see my little niece sit down in my same brother who used to touch my lap. I call her, I say, don't sit down in her lap. I tell her, I said, don't sit in his lap. And I am so I'm so on edge every time. Like I've forgiven him, but I'm so on edge every time I see my little cousin them or niece or nothing. I'm on edge because you are a prey, and if you did it to me, you will do
Little,
it to somebody else.
We're gonna
little
And
stop
it's
him.
and it's funny. I remember when me they tell my sister about it before me ever tell my mother about it. I remember one day it was so overwhelming for me when I moved to this country. Like me, I said, God, remember me go to church and me literally cry, panic out, and I said, God, oh me fi eat my brother, me eat him. I was saying that, I said, God, me eat him. I remember me talk to me and my sister they talk one day, I say, yo, I don't know some things when I go through and like I was bitter. I say, I don't know some things when I go through, and she I say, why you go through? But let me tell you, see, when you are preyed upon, you think it's your fault. Kids always think of them fault because they don't know no better. And
true.
when me finally get it out and tell my sister, my sister, before me tell my sister who, my sister said to me, and I followed her. So she's older than me by like 5. My sister's older than me by 8 years. When me tell my sister what happened to me, she said, me know who do it because he do it to me too.
Oh gosh.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
That's what my
So,
sister said to me.
so your brother is older than your sister too?
My sister, I first one. My brother, what me I talk about, I'm my first one for my mother.
Oh,
So where
okay.
the protection? I thought that
But that's why it goes back to kids. That's why it goes back to kids not being able to talk to their parents. Because if my sister was able to talk to my mother, it probably wouldn't happen to me.
that's true.
At
It
least
wouldn't
I
have
stop with
happened
the
to
cooking.
me.
Paying close
Wait.
Yeah, it wouldn't
attention
have
to
happened to
him.
me.
Paying close attention to him. There's them feel say it's a disease of the mind, you know. You
But and
understand me?
Honestly, Andre, they don't feel like anything is wrong with them.
No man, something
They
wrong
don't
with the
feel like,
because
no,
they
they
have
don't, cause
access to an infant.
them
It
no feel like not wrong with
really,
them.
that's why
And
that's why for my work, the most infants that are molested in a Jamaica are by
Or by some
toxic
family
drug,
members,
yup,
toxic man them.
family.
And so one day we have to beat one wicked, Well, no, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry. Next.
exactly.
Um,
Guys, well on. I don't
yeah,
know why
I didn't say that.
I'm frozen on my screen, but I'm watching on here. So go ahead.
I didn't say that. Let me
You didn't say
rephrase.
that. We didn't
Yeah,
hear.
we didn't hear. We didn't
Yeah,
hear. We didn't
We
hear.
didn't
let me
hear.
rephrase. I had to strongly talk to one of them the other day, and let him understand that what he's doing is wrong because you can't be at a school and as infant school, telling the children that, telling the girlfriend that, hey, you're sexy, come here, come sit down on my lap. I
What?
come slap you.
Really?
And I was like, what? That day there when I heard, man, if you cut me, I see no blood drop out of me at all. So I was upset because you can't, a child, an infant, you put in those arguments too, it makes no sense.
And that's why it did tell us so you have to be careful. You can't imagine if you know it's not the pitney father. It bad when I pitney father, but you can't imagine. I wonder how does it feel as a mother or father? Because again, we place emphasis on molesters being a man, but so many women are predators as well.
It goes
So
both
many
ways.
women are
It goes
predators
both
as
ways,
well.
but I think men are more dominant
But
than the
yes,
females, but it goes
the
both ways.
And you know what say
percentage of
are in family in a real
is
life. A
male
survey,
dominated.
well on the Andre, a survey was done and in America you find most women are predator. It's just that we put so much
Really?
emphasis more on men. Yes.
Really?
Because yes, when you
That's
think about it,
surprising.
no, you know why not surprise me? Because with most things in society, certain things are blamed more on men than women.
Well,
Women
that's
are so
true.
like, women get lenient with certain things because remember they always say, oh, woman can't rape man, but woman can't rape man. The man natural
Well,
body is he's going to have an
I, I think why they said that women can't rape man is the definition of rape, you know.
Yeah,
But in a
Andre,
we would
that's
say
Andre,
true.
assault, it's just a
and
law of it me I talk about.
Andre, yes. But let me tell you something. We understand that our man body, we understand, we understand how the man body is set up, right? I do completely understand that. But we also know that that's just something natural the man cannot help.
Hmm.
You understand? Just like how a man wake up a morning time, and I'm not making you wake up with that erection. He just wakes up with one.
Just,
So it's
yeah,
same thing.
wake
He
up
might
with
not
it.
want the woman, but the woman start touching body and it start sending certain signals to his brain.
Yeah,
So I
and
same
even
thing.
though
If
he still a
yeah,
deny, say, no want it, and you just forcefully take it.
exactly. Just like when a woman I said no, and her body becomes stimulated. I know why she want it,
Yeah.
but your body is naturally going to react when something inserts itself.
And then when the man go report it, then get laugh
You laugh
after,
of time.
True. And then if we stop it, then if we stop it, then we
Yeah.
stop laugh after time on them. That not right. Um Christina is saying, because I can't see the comments, my phone I may I use real life is frozen. But may I watch it on my next phone and it's moving. So I don't know what I'm going.
My friend is the
Um,
disease of the mind. Yeah, I don't see what
yep.
they're seeing. A disease of the mind. They
The
need mental
mind.
health because we
Yeah.
can't look at an infant and see anything on them to be sexually
You know that
attracted.
That's what I
they're trying
don't
to
get
change
it.
that in
I don't
America,
get
right?
it.
You know they're
Change
trying
what?
to
What?
change that in America, right? You know they're trying to change that in America, where they're trying to what they call it. I shared it on my page. They're trying to come up with a name now to say that they're trying to legal. They say, oh, then they're trying to legalize, like start making starting to have kids be gender X.
Yes.
They're
Oh, I
trying to
didn't know
have
that.
this new thing now for pedophiles, where Then label it, they have one name for them now where they're trying to make it legal, like it's okay to say they don't see age, they just see somebody they love.
Not
So a
only
man, so a man can see a 5-year-old girl, but in it, if his mind tell him that she's 30, it's okay for him to sleep with her.
all who were discuss that, they need therapy sitting wrong with their kid. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Then, cause so they're telling me that they are okay with their child, a big great one man. I feel with for them picnic. That is what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Basically.
I would like to see
Basically.
on that board discussing that. I would like to see they line up their child and the great old man them turn up in front of them and
And
do
take
anything with
turn.
them and take turn.
Okay.
I would like to see their reaction then. Seeing that as something them at this that shouldn't even be on the books to be discussed.
All right.
That's
Tanya is saying that we have to protect our children. It is very important for me to allow my son to express himself. These are some of the questions I ask him. Anybody touch you? How you feel about XYZ? And
yeah.
completely. I remember I used to tell my niece, I said, because based on I said, if anybody touch your hair, say rape. I always tell
Mm-hmm.
her that. I want their father, I be there. She said, anti-rape, anti-rape.
You need to tell her when to say it. You need to
So
tell her
then,
when to say
right?
it because that is bad. You
So
know?
then I had to sit her down and I'm like, no. When you're to say rape, you see, if somebody touch you here and tell you don't tell anyone, or they're gonna buy you candy or anything, that's the time you should tell me. Okay? But so she
Um,
said, anti-rape, anti-rape, anti-rape.
and
All right.
not to be overly excited in
True.
accepting gifts from
Tanya,
people.
right. Tanya, that's the thing. A lot of people, they tell you to shut up and be a child. And this is why I don't feel like it's right for you, no, pitney and sit down on no man lap. Me no
Awesome.
practice that. No sit down on no man lap. Christina is saying that is why we must also teach our kids about bad touches and good touches. Speak to our kids about these things. Exactly,
Yeah.
Christina. And that's why I go back to when I was saying I was telling my niece, I tell her, I say,
That's
listen,
why we start off with the you have to have a healthy rapport with your child.
yup,
Our
and
children.
then it goes back to when I saying that if the child is a certain age, me go take me go if it's a teenager different, but if my child is a certain age and they're uncomfortable around a man, my pitney, me I take what my pitney say.
Yeah, you have to listen what your child is saying. You have to take what your child is saying into consideration. Find out if it's like they're telling, and
Right.
then talk to them about not to deceive people, right? If your line gets you nowhere, you can't
Absolutely.
not listen to your child and think that everything that they say, even if they tell you 100 lies, you still have to listen and talk with them.
Yes, and pick truth. You listen, when you're adult, sometimes you can pick truth out of nonsense.
Yes.
You understand? You could
Yeah.
tell. Um, Marbles is saying it's always close friends and family members that do it. Half the time it's not strangers. Usually when you
Mhm.
get molested, it's never a stranger. There's somebody that the child is already comfortable with. Because
Yes, they're
technically,
already
if you think
comfortable
about
with
it,
that.
when a stranger is gonna rape a child or whatever, then kidnap them. No
Uh-huh.
stranger not rape you and left in your house. It's people you know that does stuff like that. This is
Yeah.
why it goes back to
Friends and
me no
close
care.
family.
Me I say like I said, Ash's situation was a very good situation for it to be 3 months and everything good with the baby man and all that. But you have some woman just because they meet the man and the man look a certain way and that's the type of man that they want, them run go bring up a man at them house and the man they touch them picking at their nose and then don't even know. And a lot of
No.
times I feel like they know. A lot of parents don't want to acknowledge it is happening because it's you feel responsible that you brought someone in your house that is hurting your child.
That's true.
But as Andre said us, that sometimes because them are the breadwinner and all of that, they accept certain things or they fail to believe certain things.
True. You know one joke I don't know say Ashi a joke I know. Away Ashi comment there, Ashi comment not come up on this yet. Ashi say
No man can say she rape him. He don't want it. He should make sure his man part steal him so he can't get in. Yo, me know Ashi say, no man cannot say I rape him. He don't want it. If he steal him, you know, if he go in. Ashi, you're wrong. Ashi, you're wrong. You can't rape
It
him,
don't
man.
look good. It don't look good for one man to
So that
report
means
saying get raped by a
so we have
woman.
True,
question here.
true. You have
We
a
have a
percent for
question
Ashi.
here. Yes, man. Because if she have a problem with doing that, right? So with the man saying no to what she wants, no to the sex. That means that when the man a touch she, then she know if you have a problem with the no. She know if you have a problem when she said no.
The
Double
double
standard.
standard. Double
Double
standard.
standard.
True. True that.
Double standard.
True that. Christina was saying what could possibly be what could possibly be something why you could have find sex upon an infant in a
That's
real
what
life.
Andre was asking, and I want to ask the same question too.
What
What
could you
what you
possibly
could have said
find
possible
sexy?
sexy about an infant, a baby? No,
Yo,
no,
you
some
did see
mental issue, yeah,
did
man.
you
I can't deal with
see
it.
there was a video that went viral on Facebook where it was in an Indian culture. You see, we talk about it because we're black, so we can talk about what's happening. But if you really should go on the internet, there was a video of this. Yeah, there was somewhere in Indonesia or in India, but it was in the Indian culture. And somebody walking with a big old man. I tell us I want old man, skinny old man, you know, but I want old man. The man look like he in his 60s or in 50s. They put one little pitney, one little girl. The little pitney no look no more than 6 years old. And the man out, me tell you say
I think
the
I
man
saw
full
it. I
of
saw it.
and the man just depend the little pitney. And I'm like, yo, for it's somebody with a video just start kicking man across the head. You
But I
have
don't
time to
even
video
know.
that?
But me blame the person who video it too, because how dare you stand and watch something
But
like this happening?
you know what, Aaron, in their culture, kids are married off at the age as young as 9 years old to some 50-year-old man.
You
Well,
mean
That's
multiple
the
young
sad
people to
thing.
one man, you mean?
Hey, as she said, JJ still a stay dry when she said no.
No, sir.
Hey, Aaron, come for Ashy. Come for Ashy.
Never come take her out that chat, man. She too rude.
Ashy say our JJ is still staying dry. No lie, me not tell no lie.
The man have lubricant. Anyway.
Me said no already and it's still never dry because me they like your roughness. So but that's another lie for another night.
Sometimes it turn out to be great when you say no.
It's something not right. Sometimes you have to say no. Me I say no, you just say no. No. Andre, that while I say that something like when I said no, I just go, you know, even though them I said no, you know, say yes. They never them never turn no yes, you hear no yes. No. And you're police and you know them, they turn no yes, but I want food them supposed to do. What food them supposed to do? If you're police and you know them.
I never hear this before when the pitney say mother say if they touch your breast say no. Don't, and then if you touch down there, say
yes, stop.
So, in couldn't say kind of touch stupid. Don't.
Yeah, she said don't. I think she got pregnant and they asked her, oh, she get pregnant. She said, mommy, but you say, my face said don't stop. So yeah, the man don't stop.
Don't stop.
No, in a real life, actually a sample though, me not lie. And she a
But I
sample.
watched this, and I'm not sure if you saw this video. It went viral as well. I think it was a couple years ago, where I think that this mother left her the daughter, I think no more than two, going to three. And the video, so a person set the phone, right? He drew down his pants, took out his penis, and have the
One
baby sucking on
emoji, you don't know that already, Tanya. One
having
emoji.
the baby sucking on his penis,
Oh
right?
yeah,
And it
yeah,
went
yeah.
viral. And I was like, why? Hey.
And you know what? I feel like it all goes back to the topic where this is why it is important for us to be careful, when we
Of
introduce our
who we
child
introduce to
and
our
still
children and
and
bring into
still
our homes.
right and
Yeah,
still, you know what? Just because you realize your child is comfortable, don't be completely okay with that. Don't just say, all right, them I get along now. Oh, no. Because when kids are smaller, they are still a little bit naive. You tell them, say, go buy them sweet here, go carry them, go buy ice cream. They'll think that's a way of you
And
showing them love.
giving them promises to say that if you don't do this, you won't get that. If you don't do
Right.
that, you won't get this. You
So
know?
really, really, and you know what? That's why that's why I like a topic here because me fully plan said tonight. May I use myself as an example as to why you be careful? Because my sister and that man was together long before I came into the picture. As me say, my niece is 6 months older than I am. So they were together a long time before me. And for you to so now in my head, I question it. Some feel like some say, if you and I beg me wife, me wonder if you touch your daughter. It leads me to question, have you ever touched your daughter? Some man we touch other people, but they not touch their own. But I still think like
yeah.
if you found me attractive, my your daughter they look the same way. I question it. I question like really?
Yeah, because I have a lot of experience on the work where in which a lot of persons, a lot of children would have run away from home because they are being molested by their parent partner or partners. When you do pick them up, when you do find them, they are at a friend's home, or some of them they just leave, no one know where they're at. And when you do find them, their explanation is that they can't take the living situation because when they express certain things to their mother or father, right, they're not listening because they're being abused at home by their parents' partner.
Yo, I'm
So,
telling you, just because I've experienced, I know how it is to bring and this is why you see parents who they have up there what if I put you in a one room with man.
yeah.
That's a
Because
no-no.
man now
Me not
touch
depend
something
him. Me not
when feel saying woman, feel saying woman,
Let me tell
yeah,
you something. Let me tell you something. Like, me can't share them something. I mean, know it wasn't intentional. Me one time when me I grew up, me a little fitness here, me not I got all this one, me have sense and pitney have sense. Me don't know parents think pitney have sense. When I look, I feel like that can I take me asleep. My eye wide open.
Pass your pass.
My eye, I don't know back in the days. Well, when they go to the do then out the lamp. So me have sense. Cause when they do it done a lamp, put a light back in lamp so we can't have light. But why light right out? I'm not forget one time. Yo, me think what I just creep me or something. I'm not forget one time with nobody because me, my mother, and the father, I'm my father upon the bed. I mean, I forgot one time I feel my father kiss me upon my neck. And my mother said, no, I don't mean that. And they swear me, they swear me did sleep. But I was not sleeping. Me not sleep. And then when he says, no, me just have to turn, me just have to do a one turn, like, me I sleep
yeah,
with you. But me say,
yeah.
me not, me eye wide open. Me not sleep.
You was a fast little girl. Yeah.
Yo, but this is why it goes back, me I say, you have to be careful, especially if it's not like, yes, I'm my father. And my mother stop him. How much man go realize that a woman and stop?
True.
How much man in real life go realize that, or because they realize they pick you asleep, they are wait. Them wait till all the mother drop asleep, push over there and them something there.
Yeah.
You understand? To the point, yo, me tell you, say, I was so traumatized to the point where Yo, my father see me naked and I me feel so like me feel I was so embarrassed, so young. When me feel like my father see me naked. I feel like my father should be able to see me naked at night. I'm not feel no type of way, but because I just feel like he go do something to me because of what I was experiencing.
Yeah. So you didn't have any trust in anybody.
Me
So
not have me
Yeah,
not trust man. When me tell us a
yeah.
period, I grew up with that and I got that work for me, Andre. No. Feel me tell us yes, you know, care of me, love you, and you say you love me. In the back of my mind, I have it say yo, something not right
something
with
like
him. I
yeah,
have it still. Currently speaking, like God that weed me outside a little bit where no, my God is not that up. Me still can give people a little leeway. That's why Roxanne always tell me, see, me tell Roxanne say me like somebody, Roxanne say, tell me after 3 months. Cause they never last. They never last because in my head, every little thing you do, what it might not seem like a red flag to somebody else is a red flag to me.
yeah.
Because you just grew up with these binoculars now where every little thing you're so
Yeah.
oversensitized that you start seeing these things before. You don't have to wait 3 months again to certain things because you've been exposed so early that certain things you just realize I'm saying no I eat that my dip. Hey
The
Tyrone,
3 months
you know.
period there, you're exposed to the fun time,
And that's what I'm
The
saying,
days
like
all over the place, Yeah. Do
the
some
worst thing
skydiving and do
is
something.
the worst thing for a child is to lose their innocence at a young age. Because when you grow up and you start with friendships and relationship, it's very hard for you to trust and open up. It's very hard for you to trust. And sometimes people say people don't have no friend or certain things that happen in people's life. It's really because of traumatic situation. Of course, Ashley, me see I hear enough. It worse because of things that when they happen to me already. Please, me have to make sure saying they touch me in a night. Me name they sleep.
I do to
And
my job to see and
and
hear plenty.
for me, that was so wrong that I felt like I couldn't trust my own father around me. I remember one time I a big pitney. Still in high school, but I was old enough. I mean, I forgot one day me I put on my clothes to go to church. But oh, we had an outside bathroom, and all it was set up is that my brother had to, when him come out of the outside bathroom at the time, he had to walk through my room because I just say shortcut one day because it was a door that separates our room. And me not tell her say I had on my bra, but I had on a thong. I mean, I tell her, say, my brother open the door and come through. Me say the whole time at that church, I was like me in a one shell just because me no one saying to me like that. But he was never the one that was doing that to me. But just because
Okay.
of what me I got through, like I was like, yo, just feel me if I me no saying to me like that. Yo, me that church and that's all I go through me head. I say, I wonder if
So who
later I
was
go come try.
so who make you have on tongue at church?
Because the dress, I mean, we were tight.
Okay, ma'am.
Can't have no panty mark. I show you my good dress.
All right, miss.
Me have a hot
Um,
girl in town, hot girl in a Pentecost church. Me have a rebellious hot girl in a Pentecost church. And say, don't perm here, my ear perm long time and drop down in her back. Everything they tell me don't do, me do. everything they tell me don't do, me used to do. But it's true though. Next week's topic, may I
Will
go back at
be
work tomorrow. Next week's topic is gonna be, I don't know, I am wavering between two. Is it that should married people use condom or not? That
come again,
because
what?
should married people use condom or not? Rain start drop. Should
No.
married
oh
people
you,
use condoms
oh
or
you
not?
got that topic last week, right? From was it
Yeah,
Chantua?
somebody dropping that comment. But
Yeah.
it's been a burning issue for me where I want to talk about soul ties. So me don't know which one of them about use
Right
this.
people don't use no condom.
Why should they?
Eh,
Them pull out game fit strong. You know, if you use no condom.
you're being
And I also want to talk about, you know how people, because they were in a church for so long, they feel like if they're gonna go in a relationship, then if you just go in a relationship. Guys, me go lock off my camera real quick, but me I gotta talk to you and I come down.
um,
You know, also married people feel like say, oh, just because they're in a church for years and they are holy and sanctimonious now, they don't need to do a physical before they get in a relationship.
of course.
And I feel like we were all in the world at some point. I feel like whether you went in a church for 10 years or not, if you are going to get married, you should do a physical. And
Yeah.
somebody in a church disagree with me, and I don't feel that. Me feel like say, regardless if you're in a church for 20 years and may you go married, a physical needs to be done because me don't know what you pick up when you went in a world, and you don't know what me pick up when me in a world.
But Anne, but Anne,
Yes.
even if you're in a church or not, but once you're going into a relationship with another person, you should do a physical.
Right, but I'm saying some people don't believe that. They say feel like they're in a church holy and sanctimonious, you know.
Okay. So
But you
your
see,
body
true.
prone to virus and
But
infections and all them
you
things.
see, because me know say me I went skettle before church.
Yeah, make sure do your physical. And make
Well,
Mm.
sure
I
do
always
your
well
tone.
me know say me good already, you know. But cause let me tell you one thing with me. Every 6 months, actually, me not touch now, me not do it. Me not touch you know long, so me not need to do it. But every 6 months, whether or not I was messing with somebody, cause I know everything show up in your body right away.
That's true. And it
That's
depends on
true.
the
So
point of contact too, to when you do
right,
this.
so for me, every 6 months, I used to do a physical.
Yes.
Cause me not play them game there, no. Yes,
You
it you
need
me
to
know
know
me
what
is
is
here.
going on with your body.
Me a freaky deaky. So
You have to set yourself right, yeah, bro.
me have to
Mine,
make sure say
Set
everything
yourself
level.
right.
Yeah.
And
mine, church, your church people, them have
remember
your
them there in
more
the
with
chat
the
and
freaky
hearing you
thing.
know.
Listen, that is perfectly fine. They want to hear me. And that's why some of them marriage now work out.
They,
Because I
they
don't know
lost their,
why.
they
The
are
thing
not
is, I don't know.
spontaneous.
I don't
No,
know why church persons want to hide the fact that they don't do certain things.
No, when
It's
you're a
Andre.
Christian, you're not supposed to do certain things.
Hold
what?
on, hold on.
Because you're
When
Certain
you're a
like,
Christian,
yeah,
you're
no
not
man.
supposed to
I think
engage
that
in certain things.
certain things
I
like what?
think that you're not supposed to talk about your sex life, but in your
Andre,
bedroom, still in your bedroom.
Wait. What you know for do, Aaron? Me need you
When
to be
you're a
specific.
Christian, when you are a Christian, if you used to engage in oral activity, that should stop.
Why?
You should not do that as
Why?
a Christian. That is
Where in
Why?
the Bible
wrong.
Why?
says so?
That is
Why?
defilement.
No. The Bible tell us that the bedroom is undefiled. Oh no, I'm not getting that scripture tonight. Oh no.
I don't know the answer where the Bible says so. Come me want know.
No, somebody
Yes,
had said that. Somebody
you're
had said that.
you're you're holy and you should
But,
not be doing things that are
but,
unholy.
but Aaron family,
No
the
man
Bible
know what that
tells you.
means.
When listen, let me go biblical. Let me go biblical.
Alright,
Right?
go on. Go on.
You see, all those things were under the law of Sodom and Gomorrah. When God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, and then no marriage became a secret thing. Those things, if you are doing them outside of marriage, fine. Then yes, it is. But the Bible tells you that the bedroom is undefiled. The matrimonial bedroom is undefiled. So if we are participating in that oral outside of marriage and all that, then yeah, there's something wrong. But the bedroom is undefiled. They have to prove that to me in our scriptures. The Bible, a bedroom, the matrimonial bedroom is undefiled. So they have to come correct to me with that. Show me in our
So,
scriptures.
so question. So question. So if your
We
body
are,
holy,
so when time we done chat,
right?
we always gonna sound next topic, but come true.
If your body holy, right in the bedroom that is undefiled, what in the bedroom is going to make you unholy and undefiled when you work the holiness of the body?
We no
What did
read actually.
Ashley say? I would be eating a holy part. Why this young girl don't go to our bed? Why
Yeah.
she don't go to our bed?
All right. Okay. All right. Let me back up a little bit because Shan is saying soul ties. To touch on what soul ties is, basically it's you know that every person you have sex with, a part of them is deposited into you, especially as female. It is men have soul ties as well, but I personally feel like for female, it is so much more prominent because there's an insertion happening into us, right? Every time you have sex with somebody, a part of them is left into you. And every time anybody them have sex with, a part of that person is also deposited into you. You ever wonder how you used to feel good and then all of a sudden you get in a relationship, you start have sex with somebody new, is like you wonder say why you start have certain urges to do certain things, or you know they always say every new sexual partner brings something out in you.
Yeah.
It's a different soul connection. So that person leave part of them now, you gonna meet one man, you gonna turn him out because that the person deposited something into you now what you bring from somebody else. So that's
The
basically what a
statement,
soul tie is.
the statement that Cooking with Tanya just made, I don't agree with it.
What that's it.
What did she say?
She said it's based on what we're talking about. So I said the topic I want
No,
to
not
do
that
of
one.
people.
It's the other one where say it's a gamble, yeah, man. Marriage
Oh,
and Christianity mean nothing these days. Not saying
all
that. I
right.
don't agree with that.
Oh, all right. She's saying that, it's a gamble. Marriage and Christianity mean nothing these days. Not saying that's the way it should be, though. Um, for me personally, I don't use the word Christianity a lot. If people ask me a Christian, I tell them say I'm saved because I'm saved. I feel like Christianity is such a broad umbrella, right? Any and everything under the umbrella of Christianity. Cause you see gay pastors, they married and they sleep married and they say you're a Christian. You're a Christian, but
Yeah,
you're not saved. You are a Christian, but you're not saved. Because if you're the Bible tells that you are saved by the renewing and the transforming of our mind. We're in the world, but we're not of the world. You understand? So you can't say, pastor, come tell me about say you sleep with man and you love man. The devil is a liar.
exactly. Even
I
exactly,
believe
even the
that.
one
I
the other
believe
day,
that.
this pastor choose to be a transgender. How can you be a pastor? You say you're saved and whatever, and you are transgender. You decide to change from a man to a
Right.
woman?
And this is what
No,
I'm saying that me tell her say, you say America. I say this with no apology all the time. America is the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. You see, when destruction go on, they hit you so first.
Look here. Oh, my husband said it too. My husband
Yeah,
said, yes,
hit you
when
so first.
destruction will come, America first it a lick.
Yes, so first
Exactly.
italic. And let me tell you something. As oh no, no, say you know that I'm a very spiritual person. And every time I done one live, it always lead into some spiritual something. Because I truly believe that the things that are happening in this country, why my camera gone? People say that people love saying that Trump is bad. I don't disagree. Trump is bad. But Obama was the better because Obama was the first president that gave the go ahead to legalize same-sex marriage. People looking past it because Obama was the first black president. But
Yeah.
it's an abomination. But that me have gay friends. You know why I keep them as gay friends? The Bible tells us that we should leave them to their own reprobate mind. You understand? All we have to do is pray for them because we both know, yes, when we make up our mind about certain things, nobody can change your mind. When we make up and say this, me I do. Nobody can change your mind. And they have already made up their minds to come out as that. I tell you, there was this minister in my church, and this minister come out the other day, a big batty man, left the church, everything, big fish. I'll post him on the man on Facebook the other day.
Hmm.
And I had to
And to,
pray, like Marina, I'm like, God, touch him because the Bible tells us for the people that know his word and obey it not, we gonna be whipped with many stripes.
Yep.
God go beat we. So
You
Tanya,
know,
I don't agree with that because salvation is a free will and it takes a personal relationship with you and God.
that's why I was just going to say that what she said that marriage and Christianity means nothing these days. I think that it should be the other way around. What does marriage and Christianity means to you? You know, you
Right.
have to know what it means to you first.
Alien,
you
so
have
you're
married to
married.
them, you're supposed to dash out.
That's
Yes, dash it out,
Dash out
dash it
what,
out, man.
Master?
Clean it up,
What should we dash out when we're married?
dash it out. If you
everything,
dash
no
out the mackerel,
limits. Take
huh?
off the limits.
Dash
Take
out the
off the
mackerel.
limits. Take off the limits.
But and I was just something just flashed across my mind
Yes,
just a
sir.
while ago. Uh it goes to show you with all the gender change, transgender and all of that something that it kind of frightening for you to say for when you have a child and you want to grow them in a certain life, a standard. right? Here out here in Jamaica, right? And couple years down the line, you fly your son go fly out now, and when you're interviewing your son
Me know
partner,
you come with it.
you find out that he was a man before, you know? What oh
Honestly, I don't know how I would react because you know why? You see them ginger surgery here, the woman them look better than a man them look better than a real woman them. In a real a man them look better than a real woman them now. You have to go show me a birth certificate. You have to show me one baby picture. Me have to
but
ask the
remember
baby
no, you
picture
know,
now.
I, yeah, yes, that too. But remember, say in I think I'm not sure, but in some states, when the child is born, they don't put a gender on it
It's not in
because
some states. It's not in some states. It's been passed in the United States that you can leave your child as gender X so they can grow up and choose if they want to be man or woman.
Really
there's
now,
only two gender, man or woman. If a
and
born with a
woman,
penis, you're a man. If a born with
male
the
and
vagina, you're a
female. So
woman.
how there is going to be
Male
a
or
X
female.
Let
gender,
me tell you something.
and
You
you
know
choose
that.
which gender you are?
So you know, say no. You know them do bottom surgery on women and men. Men can know. There was this guy that for whatever reason, so when I lay down late at night, God always take me spiritually. God show me some things, and then me just end up and go up on YouTube and search some things. Tell me why the other night me done prayer everything and go me up on YouTube. Me go the first thing I've never seen this person on my YouTube before, right? But me I watch him. I can look at him. His name is Jason. This boy just have top surgery, meaning he remove him breast. He just removed him breast. You could not tell that he was born as a woman if you didn't see his previous picture. But me tell you say he's ripped. You know, no say that was a woman, right? So then me continue because now you know them something there. I'm intrigued by those things because sometimes I really feel like it's a psychological thing for a lot of people. I don't believe that nobody's born gay. It's a psychological misconnection with your mind. Something is right, something is just not connecting. It's just like if you get
Yeah,
a
I don't think
spinal
you were
cord,
born gay.
right?
I
I
don't think you were
always
born gay.
I always pair it with this. Like it's like you having a spinal cord injury, right? And it affects up here so perfectly fine. Remember your spine run go all the way down, right? But you get a spinal cord injury, all of a sudden your bottom half no work, but your top half work. It's just your brain is just not sending that signal to your legs like it used to do to say walk. I feel like it's just like with any other disease, schizophrenia, all those things it's just a shortage with something in the brain that does not connect. That's all I think it is. I don't think you're just born nothing. Me not think so.
I don't think nobody's born gay.
And you know what gets me mad the most? Gay people and transgender people, trans women, they have more right in this country as a woman than I do as a woman.
Really
I
no.
say that all the time. Yes, you know what I like pads, feminine napkins. They are now changing the logos. You know, a little symbol that they use for females.
Yes.
Always just made a decision to not use that because trans women they say they are being biased. Like when they go ever see period. So now it's an issue. So anything that was directly portrayed as just a
But
female,
remember, always they use the sanitary napkin for another reason. So
then
maybe
use it for
that's
them
why
breasts. No, you know them use it for them breasts? Because the
they
guy
use
was
it
just
for the
saying
bottom
about
too.
the guy that was just doing it for when he cut his breasts, he placed like 5 napkins and to paste it around to control his leakage.
Oh, okay.
And and there was this so I start journeying out to Facebook into YouTube and I start you know everything they on YouTube. Found this boy, woman who transitioned to man, and he now has a fully functional penis that he uses on women.
Okay.
They are doctors in America are turning penis into vagina, and they're taking
Vagina.
the guy that he was explaining that the woman who transitioned to man is saying that big vein in your thigh, that's what they take out and use to create that and attach it to you. He said if he's doing oral, the girl is giving him oral, he feels it. He feels every sensation as a man. But he was so intrigued. He was like, oh my God, the first time I had, the do, it was the warmness. Yo, he was just describing it because that was completely unnatural. You're not supposed to enter a woman and feel all of that.
So sperms come out of that?
No, he can never get somebody pregnant. No, that's the only thing. But it's a fully functionable.
Man, then five can't breathe no man.
And that's what I'm saying. But it's fully functionable. You're the one Ashi, but oh Lord Jesus, oh, none of Nico don't left me. None of Nico them no left far. Where's Nico go mash up your life? Who this I call Andre? Oh, Andre. Annette is saying hi, Andre.
Hey, Annette, long time no see. A year is no see her, no?
Long time. I'm Mushet reunion.
Yeah.
All right, Ashi is saying that Obama had no choice, right? I'm not saying that Obama had a choice. I'm just saying that people are bashing Trump for so much things. But Obama did the same thing. I understand that he was a Democrat and the Republicans were in charge. But still, I felt like there was just certain things that if you put on your foot on, are you a chief of this country? Make them vote you out of office.
Because they already chief her, they then can't do nothing more.
Yes, Christina, you never know that. You would have to, as she said, you have to request that your child is registered as gender X. Is not automatically done. Oh, to my understanding, it was automatically done. They would leave it unless you tell them that you wanted male or female. I didn't know it was the other way around. My understanding is that unless you telling you want male and female, then that's it. It's not science. We're living in hell. Yes, true.
Because I saw a video, I'm not sure if you saw it, where in which it breaks down the amount of gender. And when I was watching it, it's about 16 different gender. You have transgender, queer, male, female, bisexual,
trisexual, transsexual.
So what is trisexual?
Means you will try anything.
But look
trisexual,
at it,
anything go.
Look up the meaning for one of them, right? For when I look up the meaning for one of even queer, when I look up the meaning for queer, it covers all the other things that they listed out. So
true, because you know about queer, right? It's like how black people don't like to be called a nigger. Or shoot, I can't use that word up on YouTube. All right, see how black people don't like to be called the N-word? Same thing with that word, because we can't even use that word just because it's an offensive word. Okay. Under that, the QUEER, right? They find that it is disrespectful, just how we find the N-word disrespectful. That's why they had stopped using it, and that's why they had stopped. It's just like a little person, they don't like to be called a midget, they want to be called a little person or a small person.
Yeah. I understand, because when I first traveled to look for my aunt, right, and we were at a location, and I saw some persons at the park, right, and so you know how we out here used to the Indian them as coolie. I say them when I say what them coolie people over there going in foolishness. The auntie said, no, don't do it. They always say that it's offensive and it's something. No, I said them a coolie, so
it's just like even actually.
Yeah.
But guys, so I don't know. Not tell me which topic I should do next week. Should I talk about the soul ties or the one should married people use condom or not?
Yeah, married people.
But you can talk about both. But I love to hear about what others will say about if married people should.
Yeah, but I might use that one, and then because soul ties, me not telling you, soul ties is real deep. Because soul ties,
I want to learn more about that soul ties thing, because you were the first person I heard it with on one of my spicy Saturdays. So
all right. You ever have sex with somebody, and then years later you encounter somebody else, but all you can think about is that person? Like the way them touch you, that never happened to you. Like you used to be with somebody, and then you got there with somebody else, and no matter how you and that person ended, you and this a person that have a intimate encounter. In a year head on what you can think about oh this a person I used to do it or something. Or the way or them touch you or something like that. And you never
So
have
that
the
is soul
encounter there.
tie?
That's
So
a
that
soul
is soul.
tie. That's
Okay.
that's considered a part of soul tie as well. Watch Andre, watch Andre, watch him.
Interesting.
That is considered part of
Interesting.
soul tie because think about it. If you're with someone, why you think about somebody else? Like, why would your mind, if you're intimate with somebody right now, why your mind straight going to think about what you used to do with somebody else?
Probably because maybe
You, Andre, you can't give me no
that
watching
person that
face, watching face. You can't give me no reason why. But that is exactly what a soul tie is. So I'm gonna do it in another one. I'm gonna do it, and I'm
But I
trying.
get
What
to
I'm gonna try,
understand that there's healthy and unhealthy soul tie.
girl. Absolutely. You ever wonder why some people only think they can have a negative relationship, be a toxic relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Every relationship does toxic. They can just never go in a healthy relationship.
how would they finding people there?
Andre, some people, so some people look. If you look at some people history, and you listen to some woman talk or some man, you ever hear man they talk about I pay salt to man, me can't find every time I do one woman sitting bad go wrong in my life.
Yes, yes.
It's type of spirits that are deposited into you, so you keep attracting the same people over and over again.
Man, that
You
rough
see, first,
spirit.
first time me learn about soul ties, I mean, I'm like God. I had to renounce these, but I had to go into prayer. I'm like, God, every soul tie, every person that deposited a part of them into me, I let go of those spirits. Like you really have to do one prayer to like get rid of those spirits. Like, cause I always just say, even the thing right, even that's a spirit that is connected to me, just because me always like me not trust man because of the trauma in my past. Because they deposited something into me by taking my innocence. So now me just can't see good enough people in men. Me just automatically feel like say something not gonna happen. And that's why.
So that stop you a lot though.
You don't
And
have to tell
moving
Yeah.
me.
forward.
Me not a lie. Me running my husband already.
In my circle around, no worry, my come
No,
back.
he
But
might come round, but me just feel like say, me seriously. And one pastor prophesy in my life and I say, yo, I know I have a strong exterior. I have a very hard exterior. It's me make man walk before me broke it down. Sometimes I walk till I'm tired. Sometimes I walk till I'm tired. Well, what a person I go do good ashy, cause we a chat about so much. What a person I do good.
it's not doing it good. Oh, me, I
Anyway,
think the person is responding to when I say no. I don't have
me cannot think about nobody else.
yeah.
Yes, but guys, I don't know. So my life is usually 2 hours. And to a conversation sweet way, my gone over 2 hours. So yes, next week
Every
topic
week
is
you
gonna
call
be
me the
about.
same thing.
No,
About
me
two
like
hours.
spend 2 hours. Tomorrow I go back at work. Tomorrow I go back at
Okay.
people and work. That's why I usually do it 10 o'clock. So by 12 o'clock, me automatically know I just cut off time. But me might start with 9 o'clock since me go back at work.
Okay.
But
I'm
still,
have to get up five
this my
o'clock.
comment where they say with the crosses with the man that talk about saying ever pick up some crosses woman man life. But they understand so go see you go wash off him body.
Yeah, but do like what Angel when do when she has spice when they are in her things.
No, or buy one bag of salt and throw it behind them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I use
Squeeze some
lime.
lime. Squeeze. Yeah. In a
Sort
real
out
life.
themselves.
Don't it? Guys, I really, really appreciated you guys tonight. But I tell a lie. Me enjoy doing live more than sit down in front of the camera and make one video.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm.
Oh, I saw you made a video earlier and posted it about pronunciation
Yes,
and
Sean.
something. But when I was listening to you, I was saying that you need to add some other words like even though you said the redering thing, I know that we call the tambourine, so how we
Oh
pronounce
yeah, but
tambourine,
alright.
so
You see, when you do videos like that though, you can always have a part 2 or part 3 because the vocabulary never ends.
yeah.
But remember, first time I come a friend come ask the red herring, the man, so what is that? I'm come and tell you say red herring coming in, what's a red herring, all right name. How red herring mean you? The man, so what is
Brethren.
that? Me say,
Rendering.
sir, one little saltfish, one little fish, one giant in a one bag, you can stick up and eat it. Especially people who got rum bar.
I stay him so with me when time I ask the sachets. We go
So,
to man and say
where I
sachets.
saw,
Sausage. Sachets.
Yeah.
it's not
You have to-
sausage.
you have to pronounce the word. You have to pronounce the word. Me, I want never throw me talk fast at the time. Then man say, what is that? Some say, sachets. One say, me say, so me have to literally pronounce the word. Good team understand that they direct me to which part today.
No, actually, you know, sorry, first time I go with now on group and we had a like the what they call it? We had a jug, so we can just have a juice them pan so a juice come out and may I tell us say it wasn't sweet. But you know in America they say this is unsweetened, right? We say Jamaica
Yeah.
say fresh. So the girl I
Yeah.
came call it with the girl I came call it with and say, sorry, this fresh. Yeah, him. It was just freshly squeezed.
But here joke.
No, I have
But
to say no. She means it's unsweetened. It's unsweetened.
eh,
The
but
man says freshly squeezed.
following that, me go. So you know say we use the whole credit business when we are put power phone. Me go ask the man at the place at the gas station, you have no credit? The man say, what? Credit? I say, yeah, man, credit you put on phone?
A man can get credit score your ass what?
Me no, he didn't understand it, so I have to switch on the phone card if you have any phone card. So let me, I said, me get served for the man. The man did the man last if you see the face the man give me. I was like,
Yeah, can I ask the man about his credit score?
Credit score.
You have to use American lingo.
Maybe the man
Yeah,
I said, what are you asking me if I have good credit?
yeah.
How dare
Yes,
you?
sir. Shan, in our real life. Yo, but not tell lie, America, when I came here, nothing about America was a culture shock for me other than their
When you
vocabulary.
catches.
I don't mean when you crashes.
That's why I'm gonna that's why I'm gonna say it, me put it up on the screen. That's why I'm put it up on the screen.
Shan Kitchen J, what you talking about?
What is that? You can't come America and ask him for that. The one time my sister went to me, just come a foreign. You know they have motel a foreign and they have hotel.
Yeah.
So me they come from my sister if first time my sister pick me up on the airport, my sister tap and say, I show my motel. I said that place there. No man care go there. If you not say hotel, don't go no motel with no man. She as me come off a plane, that she said to me, say, don't go no motel with no man. Massa, not real life.
motels are like the rundown apartment places them
I want if people live in there something that foreign doing, trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people live. People tell us, you say foreign life hard. Yeah, me so long come a foreign, no more long come to Jamaica. Because when people come to Jamaica, they sell foreign, you know.
Yeah.
It's when they know you never travel, they sell foreign to yo, me well me.
True.
When me come a
True.
foreign, me never know say patrol in the road a foreign. Me never know say mad people that are foreign. I never know say garbage they on road. Oh, what you saying? So like
But you know, say foreign madman look worse than Jamaica madman cause them different.
hey, everything about mad people are foreign is different. Everything about mad people are foreign. Everything.
But some of them are not mad people, you know, they have their head is just because they not walk no house or nothing, so they just step on the street.
And you know, there's a lot of people who scam people like that do a foreign now. Well, if one woman used to in a city and then find out woman used to walk every day, wrap up himself in about 4 jacket and say, tell people you know wig young girl, you know, put one sitting on her back like she have crutch and walk for hours. They walk. I know say somebody watch the woman. I want Benz the woman I drive it, you know.
Yeah.
Go in her Benz, take out her clothes and then just walk, go in her place, go buy food.
I saw that one.
That is the biggest. That is the
Yeah.
biggest thing America. That one is the biggest thing America.
Well, that's her work, her livelihood. So
I know. I know they work so hard and tax come out of my money.
you see, so
But me here, they say no tax not come out till 2021. So let me see how that I go. That means
So
we not give her no
So
money for our tax return.
that's what I was gonna ask, if you're still going to get tax return, if no tax is gonna withdraw.
Me think that hey, me always the whole IRS, cause then claims as a single person I make too much money. And me no make $50,000 a year. Someone know me I
yeah,
make too much money. I me always have to pay them back. But right now IRS send me 2 letters. Me never look on them and say Corona time.
them are cutting for your money, man.
Then I say Corona time. They say me owe them must be 200, almost $300 from 2 years ago
Me
in
always
our
dread
taxes.
getting that letter. I don't want to get that letter to say I owe IRS. So that
But
might look too
lucky,
much. We will get if you pay them back, master.
for me money what me they owe them, a little bit me one cousin. She a principal and I know she have 2 pitney. She have 2 pitney. It kinda she not pay no. Me tell her something. All them big 8 grand used to pay back IRS.
Uh-huh.
Because
Well,
she make like 200,000 a year as a principal. She was
well,
making money.
my IRS are the bank and courts, you know, 'cause them borrow things from.
We say ready
But like
finance.
you know it's funny. But like sitting there on the planet tonight, Davidson and just in there why your YouTube and why your Instagram and everything. And when she will come and see your face tonight, she know the fire.
You
Sure.
know, so me link her up. Me link her up, man. Me and her them
True.
talk about
True,
some.
as she said, there's a lot of mad people walking around in a fancy suit because they not take their meds. Not nice suit and live fancy. That's
Yeah,
absolutely true. Anyways, me I come go on my bed. Me have to get up in morning.
yeah, me
Six
too.
o'clock. Got the people them walk. Well, and your
Yeah.
corona test come back.
No, sir. No come back
I want
yet.
me then take so long.
I
Good
don't
enough for
You
know.
work
have too
tomorrow
much dealing
election
with.
day. Good
Yeah, me
enough for
can
work
watch
tomorrow.
TV and see how people are going on the road, you know.
I see you in the talk, but you don't know cause tomorrow election day.
No, the thing is, you know, when me did tell you, you know, I didn't know that the person would have come back positive at the morning. Me here, you know.
So your whole
Then the
division,
place,
your whole station locked down.
yeah, the headquarters. That is my base.
One, now you get your pay same way.
Yeah, good though.
Good. Anyway, guys, also you need to pay. They will hijack your check. No, actually, me know about me. I say they just something just come out. I said they won't be collecting taxes because I think it's because of the pandemic or whatever. And a lot of people are going back to work, but a lot of people are backed up with bills and stuff. Because what they're saying is that their unemployment, they used to get $900 a week for unemployment, is dropping now back to $300 a week.
Wow.
So I think that's why they're trying to help some people because a lot of people actually lost their job during the pandemic. So I
So I
think that's what we're
almost 80% drop that, you know, from
Mm-hmm.
900.
That's a big
yeah.
drop.
Because I think they were thinking that more people were home. So they're trying, but a lot of people are gradually going back to work, even if it's part-time and since school is opening. But they're not taking into consideration, say, a lot of people, childcare, nobody wants to send their kids to childcare right now. My school was supposed to open on September 8th. They just sent us an email that it's not opening because they don't know how busing is going to go. The busing
Okay.
companies are not open for the school. So how people can go come to school?
And
I have to take into consideration. You see how busing works? Busing got 5 different schools with this setup with them. How can you contain that? You don't know what each child is coming with, and you can't send one bus per child. Cause that don't make no sense either.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know what they're doing. So now it's pushed back. It's pushed back until October 5th. Actually, IRS always want your money, but me not pay them my mind. Me just take out their money. Same amount that I used to take out of my check. Me just take out to put it one side. Like how me already owe them. Me already owe them, so me now look. Right now, and ticket more to come to Jamaica since me not go work until September, till October 5.
go by 5th.
Cause
Oh, so you're a teacher?
Open down
yeah,
here
I'm a TA.
Okay.
So right now, me say perfect opportunity. I'm gonna spend a good birthday at
So
Jamaica.
why? Because Jamaica says school opening the 5th of September and your school opening the 5th of
No,
September.
man, no, not
October.
September.
October, yeah.
October 5th,
My
yeah.
school just push it back to. But I don't know
Okay.
why they were doing that. But I don't know. But somebody
And
said
But
a
based on what is
school.
going on in Jamaica, I don't think school opening October 5th. I think it's January morning.
Honestly, I think
yeah,
that school should remain closed until January 2020. I
because if you,
honestly
2021.
if you
believe that.
realize that the increase in the virus here is going up because from nomination day up
Stop it.
until
It's
now,
not like that. It's not
a
so.
V increase.
Sir, do not say that, sir. The government
Listen
says
to
Exactly,
not
what
Tanya.
I
that.
am saying. I am saying that is
Sir,
from nomination
sir,
day. Check the
sir,
dates from the last
sir,
Yeah, yeah,
correspondence
them, yeah,
till
sir.
Twana. Me
now.
Twana live at Jamaica, no work out, go
Listen to
on.
what I'm saying. Remember, midday night, you're the outside, so I can speak to this, You understand me? From that time until now, it has been increasing and it's not dropping.
That's true.
All right. My thing though is that with up here, they open the colleges. SUNY Oneonta, where I used to go to school. That's a college upstate, and they had to close it down for 2 weeks because 100 college students were tested positive. Now tell me, if college students are being tested positive, what go on to pre-K or K-12 kids? That
Everybody has
really,
been
it don't matter how much you train your kids at home to say don't touch
Mhm.
people things. Let me tell you something. Kids have been locked away. They go once see their friend. It's a natural thing even for us as adults. Just because we've been locked away and we haven't seen our friends and family, it's a natural reaction to want to hug them. What do you think Pitney go do when I see them? Because the kids are just as frustrated. Because my niece and I also say, why can't I see my friends? It's affecting them. I think when they go to school, they go think, but they have to sanitize and wash hands first. They go want to run go
Sanitize
hug up their
what?
friend.
Want to set them out, put in their mouth too.
No, 2021. No, 2020 we
2021.
know. A
You said
2021.
2020. You
A
said
2020
2020,
me
mate.
say. Thank
Yes,
you,
mate.
thank you, good, Shan. But think no, but me feel like say January 2021 if you trust me. Because this year, and next year me I turn 31. This year me only celebrate. Me no county. Birthday no keep this year. Next year,
Mine, mine keep,
next year.
mine
You're
keep, now keep
if
it.
you keep up in a year. No, your birthday just
Me,
gone like what 2 months ago or
me
something.
actually want put
Ah,
off.
what you want to go? The last month?
Understand? When your birthday are in?
December, so me actually want put off.
No man, it look like we are whoop. Me did a big and bad stuff for me go they keep. But you know, for the first time in my life, I feel so content. Usually, I always have something for birthday and invitation sent out already. This is the first time I send out no I don't. I'm so content.
We are
Because
sending
pandemic
invitation
life.
go now.
Huh?
But
Pandemic
now I
life.
come out.
No, yo, I'm not pandemic. Cause look, it's in my backyard. Look, I can't always have things in my backyard. Usually, me have grill and something, so me always have something in my backyard. And my backyard run go all the way around here, so.
Okay.
I have side yard and front yard, so I always have some. But this year, me just decide, so I have everything I want. If you little friends I have, I know say them have my back now. I don't need them new friends. My content in my church for the first time. I really I live right in a church. Me not dip in a something and then, for the first time, I'm actually living my life the right way. Nobody can say me and them a touch. I mean they got church. Me not touch a soul.
I touch them in
Social
house.
distancing.
Not even social distance. And no, you see, I'm not tapping there one now. Where social distancing there go? If me married, me that breed long time. We not talk about next year so much. When me know, well, all that too, Shan. But you know what? We have to be grateful. You know how much people lose their loved one in a corona right now. I have two cousins who work at Falmouth Hospital, and I see my cousin put up yesterday and say, yo, me really pray for these families because the amount of somebody what did at Falmouth Hospital yesterday alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yesterday alone, and she say, yo, boy, it's a busy day for us, but a sad day for the families. It really rough, man. And people are not taking heed either. People really think say like, me not really too follow up on this corona thing, but you have to be serious and think about other people. I live in New York, Ashley. You really have to think about other people. You understand? Just because you healthy, you have to think about other because a lot of us are carriers. We are carriers. And we don't know.
Because
But you say
look like
your man pull out game strong, I wish one of them, which party they come top or bottom?
Hey.
Yo, this office spicy something. Nobody answer. Ashi, nobody answer. Ashi, nobody answer. Ashi, nobody answer. Lefty, lefty, lefty. Nobody answer. Same if it's Saturday. Over Nisha. Andre, what you doing Saturday? You now work.
Saturday. I don't
You
know
now
yet.
work. All right, so
By then I know I'm supposed to know should.
the 14, but the 14-day quarantine is your 14-day quarantine are over. What day are you on? Like 7?
that of the persons who have it, you know.
No, but when you've been in contact, you still self quarantine.
Yeah, you're supposed to get
Until
14 days.
supposed to.
until my result come out. But my
But you know,
result
but anyway, government and you want to come back and work on there. But anyway, if you are free and you're not on the job, Saturday night, go over Orange, Spicy Saturdays. Yeah, me know say you're one of them Jamaican man, they won't really care what people want. You speak your mind freely without, no apologies. So
Yep.
yeah, run go on over Orange because sometimes man them company then they go on like it, they don't want to talk. They don't think them a bun up, but they not talk what them a do.
Let the people
That's
be. And
all it
Marie,
is.
leave the people them.
As she said she plead the fifth, come and ask her which party pull out game, the top or bottom. As she said she plead the fifth. Yes. Andre and
Yeah.
Nisha,
Mm-hmm.
good night. I got my bed. Thank you guys. I
All right.
appreciate.
What we pay there?
Thank you guys. We are paid. Much
What
Yeah.
credit
we
to no
pay?
one. Much credit to no one.
A credit you give us a pay. Me you did it sell, me can't take
No,
one
no, no.
$20.
Oh, no. I'm not give you credit. You tell me what say. When you go live, me fi come drop them super something there. And that's a year pay.
Hold on, me not set it up yet. Hold on there.
Then super chat, then them one bag of something. Yo, Andre, keep that to yourself. Not chat that laziness over here, so. But yes, guys, I appreciate.
I better say I go in, so nothing wrong if you drop it over there.
No, me have to go be it first. I appreciate you guys for being here. I enjoy the chat. So remember, say, yo, next week. Ashi, let me tell you something. I work a man in me and Nisha here. Ashi come tell me say, I have 5 people on the way me go. Ashi has set up, Ashi has set up. Ashi ever said that you sit on live.
And that she do me and I stay with her till all morning.
Ashi ever said, well, no, I go back and work tomorrow for you first, and I know it's gonna be a lot. Because them pull down with classroom, like every carpets, everything. Them basically take down everything that we had in our classroom from desk, and then they disinfect. So tomorrow we have to go in and go act like we are janitor. We have to set up a classroom and everything.
So what are you guys gonna do? You're going to set up classroom until the 5th of October?
So we're gonna set up the classroom now. And then orientation because of this whole corona thing, we have a lot of procedures now that are new as to what we're going to implement when the kids come back to school, because apparently now we're all one-to-ones. I was never assigned to one child. No, the protocol is that you're going to be assigned to one child. They're going to tell us about PPEs, because they were telling us, sometimes things get lost in translation in our emails and all of that. So basically what they're saying now, every staff go have to be walking with a bleach bottle with water. If the child touch the wall, we have to stop to spray it and wipe it off. And to me, that not make no sense to me, because some of my kids are behavioral, because I have kids that are on the spectrum, that are on the autism spectrum. So some of our kids are very typical kids. Them can do everything by themselves. But then on the other hand, we have kids that cannot talk. Them need assistance within the bathroom and stuff like that. You understand? So yeah, so it's kind of hard. So, and that's why I'm saying I don't feel that my school personally should be open with the population that we have.
That's why
Could we put on about washing or something? Sometimes even the one that can't wash their hand, sometimes I have to turn up behind them and say, wash your hand properly. Then it's going to sit so with the water and take out their hand.
So
yes.
First world to third world countries, right? It shows you the level of preparedness that each country have. in terms of this viral virus. Because look at it.
But Andre, me not telling lie,
Nothing.
regardless of everything that is happening in Jamaica, Jamaica was 100% more prepared than America. Trust me.
And
Because if
and
Aaron is
all that went through the gates on after nomination day.
You know, so she have come with something, you know, just know,
because
so
when you think about it, even here, they're telling us to do a mail-in ballots. Me not trust that. Me not even want to talk this for life, no, come on, nobody
and them
pass me for
read the
my
ballot
I
and
mean, I'm
change
married to
it.
nobody if you get them come off foreign. But even I'm not doing no mail-in ballots. I'm going in there to vote.
Yeah.
Now wear my mask and so I'm going there for me not mailing none.
Little
Cause
finger in
Trump, the
the
orange man don't pay the people them already. For dash us my balance them. Shan said Jamaica was prepared, not anymore. You know what, Shan? I have to agree with you. I think they put their political agenda
yeah.
before the people.
Yes.
Their political agenda came before the people. Because honestly, I feel like say you could have postponed election. Postpone the election
I look at
with the
it and
outbreak.
I
And
look
they're
at it, they
putting
postpone school, they postpone all this, but election they don't. And
I,
even when I look at the situation, they're saying that most persons were under quarantine and their quarantine end today. Tomorrow is election. And they're even saying patients can have a time that they can go out to
that me
vote.
no
But
like.
a lot of
That me no
persons
like.
didn't have any time to go and look food to eat.
That
So
But
me
they
no
have a
like.
time,
That me never
but
yeah,
like.
they're
I
saying
said
it's a
that.
the curfew
constitutional
time
law,
as well.
so
What is the
they
curfew
have the
time
right.
now?
So
I think it's for St. Thomas and Clarendon. It's from
the hotspot.
7 to 79 to 5 in the morning, running up to today last day.
Today is the last day. Today is the last day because tomorrow is election.
And this
So
and this is my thing.
mhm.
Are the Jamaican people so naive that you're not seeing that your best interest is not being put forward? You're still so big on a party. I see if me tell them every day, see if me in that Jamaica, I would not vote. And me and my family go at it all the time. I say my auntie have big things. And my auntie run the labor right office at Duncan's. My you see the councillor for Nachalani or my upper spice hill and my cousin, Dwight, I'm a cousin. Dana Van White, I'm a cousin. I'm my counselor for. And I say, oh, me not vote for Labour right. I say I wouldn't. Growing up, I said if I was supposed to vote, I would vote for Labour right. Only because I grew up under the PNP and all I saw was people struggling. But now that Mr. JLP,
Miss, don't
why?
talk politics. Miss, go your bed. Go and go sleep, miss.
Why? No, me just I say, I'm saying, does the Jamaican people not look at that? You go up and see your mother struggle under one party. And the next party when I still a struggle. Why you going to pay no ink for them for?
Uh,
Exactly. None of them make a difference.
None. You're supposed, you see me, that's why in America, you went and you swear in for your citizenship and then get paper, they make you ask, them ask you, say, are you a liberal, Democrat, or Republic? My circle none. I'm a free agent.
okay.
I'm none. Because if the liberals come with something that I feel like it's in my best interest, a liberal may have vote. Even though liberal come like one of them party there where Jamaica where it don't make no
UPP.
sense. Yeah.
Yes. Like a JPP, what they?
Um,
That makes sense.
As she
something.
said, bro God to world. But on the other hand, if I never Trump and it was somebody else in the Republican Party and I felt that they had something substantial that I could relate with, I would probably give them a vote. But right now, Trump run the country underground and I Biden now best bet. So me just go give Biden my vote. And I like more. Biden is no better. Biden is no better, but he's the better option.
Option.
Right now, me feel like say a Governor Cuomo should have run. right now.
And
Governor Cuomo, I best option.
some
Ashley said she
persons
a
say
put
that
her
they
ex
cannot
beside the
vote,
bill. Go on with
they
yourself, yeah,
can't
Ashley.
do anything.
My family are dieted Labour, right? But may I tell you, I don't think I could vote for the Labour. Me wouldn't vote. I wouldn't vote because my sister none of them no better. They need both parties need young people with vision who can understand what is happening economically in the country. You see, the old people are they have their money already and they established. You think them business while
That's
the
the
poor
double
people
thing
them?
to do.
I feel like it needs a younger generation who's experiencing the hardship, who's seeing what their families and their mothers are going through now. You understand? I feel like that's what Jamaica need. Jamaica need a new vision.
Alright, question. Is it
Who
that
company
you
live again? Thank you. No, somebody else company give me 6. Nisha.
so question.
Yes,
So
Andre.
if are you speaking to the JLP and the PNP party as a whole as them not doing anything, or is it that you're speaking to a particular councillor MP in the various division that
The two.
may have been doing
She know she
something?
live here. She
None
live
of
here.
I'm talking
She
about the
live here.
both of.
Andre, she live here. We have to ask her that question. She live here.
She used to live here. She
Alright,
used to
but
She
live
know
here.
based
she
So
used to.
alright, but
Used to
based
is a hell of
alright.
a thing.
Based on my observation, I'm saying both parties I haven't seen it. And the only time when you see a party them come through and when a voting time, you don't see nobody else. Keep that same
yes,
energy.
yes,
You never know
yes.
say you
Lot of
never
work
know say
done.
if people them did want one bag of food before election time. You never know say you could give one $2,000 before election time. And both parties are guilty of the same thing. I mean I know why
Yeah.
police do I mean I know why JDF now do what them supposed to, because bribing is against the law, but then just get away with it.
Exactly.
It's just
Them
that
All the
it's just
commi
wrap up
all the
five
it's
thousand
police,
just
dollars a shirt
all the
everywhere.
police commissioner to get vote out.
it's just perspective
Well
because
on, as
if
she
you
said, bro
realize
God, wait, as she said, bro God, I've done a lot. And she also said the MP for St. Thomas need to be in jail. No.
Leave the MTP for St. Thomas alone, Ashy. You don't live in Jamaica. Leave them alone.
So wait,
Hey, we let the whole man talk another foreign.
and for election they come up in November, not sure?
We don't worry about
For we are come up in
Donald
November.
Trump and Biden.
For we are come up in November. Me not tell a lie. You see, if Donald Trump tell me say he will pay for me go back to school and pay a full fee, me give me vote for him.
the vote for him.
But he have to pay off for my full tuition loans and me go back to school and then get me vote. Me forget something. No, only $2,000 I don't go do it.
You know, that is the concept that a lot of persons out here have. Something for something. The vote
Yes, but it's something. But the something is not worthwhile. You see, for me, man go work work. I have to go pay my tuition in full. So if I want a 4-year degree, me I do I go cost more $100,000. You have to pay $100,000 in full.
But look at it.
To get my vote.
Remember that they're not used to losing money, you know. So they rather lose the money upon the lick of 5,000 they would have give or 10,000 that they would have give upon the election day, wrap up in a one shirt. Or give the people them some work come leading up to the election. Cause I know when election will go on, we see some whole heap of work I go on road
What if
work.
I road work?
And all of them some
Clean up
that
a go on.
yeah. And
Me
give
tell them
the
all
work.
and people say, and that means I'm not work tomorrow.
So if I
What
know
I
say,
work?
if you're not JLP,
What I
if you're not
work?
JLP, you now get certain road work and then something there.
Girl, me not go me away.
You know the with the bro God.
True. You have my friend, no can see her
Hey
that.
girl, you're not listening to Andre, you're talking.
No, I'm a friend. I'm saying me not work a man in me out here with Andrea Aaron family. Like me not have to get up 6 o'clock a morning to get the people in work. Yeah, I don't make way she wait me for morning, me no get up.
Throw some water upon her, yeah.
Show some water for me. Hey, I tell them remember say tomorrow me figure out work. Could we call
But
out?
still,
No, orientation as I'm not call out.
um,
Come on, your new
in
protocols that
relation
they
to
have.
your school, right? Is it that due to what is going on now, is it that seeing that you're going back to work tomorrow, right? Is it that measures are being put in place so that you guys can do like a internet thing, like
Yeah, we've been doing remote learning. So as I said, we were supposed to go back on September 8th, and because the whole thing with the busing, we is been pushed back. So remote learning will resume on September 8th.
okay.
And then November. I hope October
Unlike
5 then
unlike out
continues.
here, unlike out here, it just
As she said, man in a poor for 30 years and I can't
stay
see
away.
better. What is he doing? Ashi, where you go? What is that? What kind of cake? Oh, come me show them. Come here, so nobody now say
So
it to you.
Ashe, so Ashe,
Yeah,
so
you look like you
DLP
come to
never
text
win
it
no
for shit
quarantine
tonight.
time in between them 30 years there. I'm
Andre.
just staying still because
No,
just
no, no,
so
no, never.
so
So hold on, you
Bruce never
sound like you're a
win.
socialist doing an RN. You sound like you're a socialist.
No, the
So
MP,
Bruce never
the
win.
MP for St. Thomas she
What
talking.
is?
No, it's the MP
Oh,
Why
for
look
St.
like
Thomas
this?
she had the.
okay,
Oh, you never
okay,
smooth up your
okay.
style of it? Guys, look.
Yeah,
May I ship soap come to Jamaica. All natural
for
soap.
St. Thomas.
Oatmeal soap. All natural.
You know, say as a square think of cook you just say a while ago. A square
What?
think of cook you just say I should come here.
So you cook, me say. Good night, Nia. Education is major. No, Andre, never. Listen, yes. Rain fall, I say I forget to from my table. Rain fall, I come and so.
Show them where you're on outside in a rain.
No, go and go show me you run up and down in the rain. Go and go show them. Sister, run up and down in the rain. I don't know what her. Sister.
It's just like the blessings coming
No,
out of the sky.
one time rain come down out and I say, me take off my clothes. Me just put on one couple of shots and you want to see me in the rain, just spin on out there. Like a Jamaica me day. No, sir, guys, you know, so I appreciate you, but I don't understand how your number keep going up. But I appreciate you, look. Me appreciate you, know. Eh?
It's some late comers that don't feel now.
Up on our head.
The midnight.
Jaja, I like my hairstyle. Old school.
Some big. I think I work tomorrow. I saw me. I don't know what I see for me. On my birthday, I don't know what I see my head.
So all right,
Yes, Andre.
your bed and she there up. We don't understand.
Oh yeah, run me figure on my bed, but you up.
Because she have school tomorrow. And she have my alarm clock, she have to wake me up.
No, man, I can't go on my bed now. But listen, in an RN, in a family, if anybody who have eczema and stuff for real, this is all natural soap. All natural oatmeal and honey soap. We make natural soap and deodorant. My business minded, you know, I have to try my hand pass give me. I have to try my hand buy everything. I don't want the turmeric one. Can't use it. Anyways, I can't get my good bed, yeah. I say me just buy some church at. I say me go look like a first lady tomorrow. Sunday man, I got church. Me walking on my first lady spirit.
Yeah. Rocket.
But so much, I'm sure no. Me working. Yeah, I really evangelist. I really am an evangelist though. So my ask look.
Yeah, man. So when the mesh there? When mesh?
Which mesh? Which mesh? Which mesh?
They hat them and then normally wear man cut with the mesh them or something man.
First of all, you see, me put on the hat and it cover me too much. Me the get way, coming like hat. And no, if you not itch up right, so
Yeah.
me the get way. Me tell them to me get your sister. I start deep. Me say listen, me not like we after that. Me and people that me and the church of Jamaica always have. Me say if you don't itch up right here, and it cover me too much, I'm giving it away to somebody who want it. Guy, it tourist sweet yo.
Me, are you calm up here?
Come, carry down my Target bag. Like, come, Asia gonna bed. What time we leave for tomorrow? Because Asia have to drop off. 5 o'clock we leave for?
Because you see, but when you come, make sure you
Okay,
put it
5
down.
Michelle.
o'clock.
No. Wish Melanie, the devil is a liar. Michelle, I'll rock with Michelle. I'm not the orange man, right?
Michelle.
Yeah. And she said, Melanie. Mel- Melanie or Michelle. Definitely. Yo, you know, the Aaron family is somebody come at 8 now. We move on 5. We move on 4. It got 5. It got
Mrs.
7. We got
Linus,
8. Guys, I appreciate you guys. Aaron family and Andre.
Family and Angie and Ashley, good night.
Adam, they create the excitement over here. Cause usually them 5, usually at 4 me have them ready for close. Yes, Aaron family do quiz the other night. Me say she they dead with laugh. Me have your pan Aaron family, me have your pan when me I watch YouTube, my friend in here dead with laugh. She said she come over there come follow you. So if you say rocks or my destiny skin kiss, as she. So she come for like she have one bag of excitement. Yes, you will enjoy. We had that work Saturday night time. Now I know if you go watch Spicy Saturdays. Yes, and then last time this may say good night. So good night,
Andre,
guys.
you must come to
Yes, Andre, you might come. Go. You need to go over there. Go subscribe. Andre, the RN family. Yeah.
YouTube,
the RN family.
Yeah.
And Shan Kitchen JA.
Wanna come over, man.
May I tell
And
you
guys,
who
when you come over,
tell
please watch the ads, please.
Yes,
Please
she's now
to watch
monetized,
the
guys.
ads when you come over.
Don't skip. Do not skip the ads. She's now monetized, so watch the ads. And if you want to help her out a little bit more,
Do not
click
skip,
on
please.
the ad. Click on the ad. Scroll up and down the page. Just the on the sunset, so. Just scroll up on the page, you know. Act like you want to buy something, so it count that you spend time on that page, okay? And then you kind of click outside.
Actually, true now. From here, look on him, me want to ask him if I'm Arabian come from.
Who that?
You look familiar.
Andre.
You, Andre.
I just have one of those faces, okay?
Actually, I didn't come about where have you been stationed? Where have you been stationed over the years, Andre?
Portland.
Andre, I'm a friend from high school in Anisha.
See there? And I went to school in Portland. So me just look fine, you just look familiar.
No, but I say actually I didn't come from an ninja station over there. But may I say my Andre a friend from high school, you know. High school days.
That's nice.
But Andre used to work like my son nice boy in a school, you know.
If a boy nice, it was nice. We all want to do.
Yes, when Andre walking, Andre, you see, no? Andre was one of them guys, them proper guys in a school.
Look like you had your drooling.
Me, no, sir. Andre wasn't alive. Were you an athlete? Where you used to play, Andre? You used to play basketball?
No. Ball.
So he could never have me drooling if he never play basketball.
And running till me stop.
You get the whole you need out.
Yeah, focus on book, you know.
Wait, may I ask you a question? Since we're here, you talk to Brian?
Couple times.
Me link him, my friend. Look like him credit. He no credit. Or my police and no money to put on credit on his phone.
Maybe I want those where the bills them
what I'm to know? In a real life, because he met in a minor accident, but he never really tell nobody. But I call him for check. When I call him for check on him, because his wife was in the car and the baby.
In did alright, man. Last time I talked to him.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, actually, I even know what money. I'm left no make no talk. Go on, another Jamaica. Well, actually, another Jamaica.
Meet from yeah. No, I don't know him.
Nobody knows to meet Ashana. Come on, people in live stream.
No,
policeman.
Most police.
Andre don't answer no policeman question. Sorry. She come
Oh,
here.
sir,
She
not
come here
joking,
ask
huh?
me
Alright,
about policeman.
alright. Now
Not
answer
joker.
no police question.
Don't answer
Alright.
no
Ashi,
police question.
Ashi, you said you had a lot of assignments. You're the mosquito, and I said I do wish you all the best on your assignments. But it is now 12:23, as you know, in the United of
12:23 or
the States. 12:40,
12:44.
me all the chat fullness, 12:44 both. So, as I always close out my videos, be positive, stay positive, think positive, because whatever you put in the atmosphere, that is what will come back to you. Okay? I appreciate you guys. Aaron, tomorrow I'm send you some credit. Send me a number for Panda
You
something
can't
there.
afford my credit. My credit very
Girl,
expensive.
tomorrow me I get paid, so I'm sure me can't afford it. And
All
so
right,
me
may I
tap
send on the
in.
number? May I
Me,
send on the
me
Remember,
tap
number?
chat,
remember, she
me
not
tap
pay
chat
no
so me can
tax till
me
next
tap
year, no,
chat so
'cause
me
the tax
can
money
save up
can
my money for my birthday Monday until but I
the
show
tax,
off.
the tax with money when you have to pay for tax can supply the credit.
Yes, yes. When I turn down it, send credit con you good girl, yeah?
All right, guys. Good night.
All
Good
right,
night. Good
everybody
night. I
that came out
appreciate you
tonight, thank
guys.
you
I
very
appreciate
much.
you. Thank you,
Yeah,
guys. Everyone. I appreciate each and every one of
yeah,
you that were
thanks,
here.
thanks for
Good night.
inviting me on. And
Yes.
also, your friends can go to my Instagram and follow me, Yush Madness.
Drop it in
Yeah.
the comments real quick before me close it.
Remember that
Me say,
account
You
is
Ashi,
can
you
spell it?
always want Amazon gift card, Ashi.
the
Anisha, give me that and on me.
connection is not allowing me to add to write
All right,
anything.
it's Andre is fine. What I'll do, I'll when the video has done processed, I'll add Nisha link into the
Okay,
description for your YouTube and the other names of the other, because I think Ashi is the only person that is not a content creator, and Lionel and Rocks that were here tonight, and
okay,
Marbles. Everybody else was content creators. Once
no
the video is
problem,
processed, I'll add the links and I'll add your Instagram link also.
no problem,
All
no
right.
problem.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. Good night.
Bye.
Thanks again.
Good night. Bye bye.
Bye.